Hey everybody, it's Joker with Players Wanted, and with me is the man of the shortest stature, the biggest heart, Greg Paparizzi from Dead End Outfitters. Guys, this is our Thanksgiving week little from the barracks. It's going to be a little short-handed today. There's probably only going to be me and Papa. Some people might jump in here left and right. We actually might invite some of our fans to jump on.
Take it.
So, because we might as well have some, fan appreciation day. How about that? Thankful for all the people that brought us here. We're also thankful for all of our sponsors. So we like to go ahead and thank Dead End Outfitters for all the support they give us. That lovely blue thing that's right there. I'd like to thank HPA, High Powered Airsoft, for the BBs and the awesome stuff that they do. We want to thank Norwest Airsoft for a really awesome Daytona M60. Man, I love that thing, and I should have it right here on camera, but it's in the airsoft room all the way over there. And then we also want to thank Doomsday Airsoft for the support they give. And, of course, we wanted to thank Assault and Battery Airsoft. Unfortunately, Battery One won't be here today. Fuck you, StreamYard. We're going somewhere else. We want to say thank you. One, he can't be with us today. He's with his family up in Orlando for the holidays. So, everybody, we're going to talk about some great little things. We're going to talk about some minor controversy stuff, because why not? But we are going to talk we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff here throughout the stuff. First and foremost, I want to talk about, there is a little bit of controversy going around that is involving Doomsday Airsoft. Sorry, I cannot talk today, guys. Oh, and we want to thank
your hot cocoa. There you go. Look at that. That's an amazing mug. Where'd you get that mug from?
Oh man, that's from our newest sponsor, Grindhouse Coffee, man.
Wow, those guys sound great.
How did you know I had hot cocoa in this?
I'm smarter than you think. Can you go to grindhousecoffee.net and get their coffee there? Is that where you can get that?
Not the hot cocoa. The hot cocoa is my wife's.
Yeah, not the hot
Holy shit, is it hot? I need ice cubes. Fuck, I broke my tongue. Ugh, my God, I just burnt my tongue. Fuck. So, anyways, guys, so Doomsday Airsoft had to put out a post today that people are going around saying that they're canceling Overwatch 6.
Really?
Yeah, and let's help spread the word here, guys. Doomsday Airsoft is not in any way, shape, or form. Oh, Jesus, really, kid? My child helped out.
Oh, look at you got an ice cube. That's
a awesome. Single solitary fucking ice cube. I mean, Jesus Christ, is this stuff still boiling?
That is a fantastic mug. It
is a really fantastic mug. Yes, I got another sponsor. I do this from time to time. Is I pick up sponsors here and there. But back to Doomsday. Doomsday Airsoft's not going to cancel Overwatch 6. Now, there's a certain douchebag from Illinois who is maybe not having his event in a couple of weeks. Well, hello, Will. So that's probably the person that's not going to have their event go off, and he's probably going to be the one canceling. So if anybody's telling you that Doomsday Airsoft's going to cancel Overwatch 6, tell them they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they're about to release some new batches of tickets. They're going to be releasing some, I think it's smaller batches. One second here, guys. What's going on with my computer? No. I don't know, man. So, all right. So, pretty much, just so you guys are aware, he's Doomsday Airsoft's not going to go anywhere. They're going to have their event. The only thing that might possibly shut them down is if the state goes. Well, they will be shut down. The state goes into a shutdown, but. Which leads right into our next topic after this, is talking about how COVID's going to be affecting us in the future. So if somebody's telling you that Doomsday Airsoft's not going to have Overwatch 6, tell them they're wrong and go to Doomsday's page and still buy their tickets. So that's fun. Jesus Christ, woman,
Let
that's
it
molten
sit.
hot.
Look, ADD, just let it sit. Give it a minute.
A minute? This thing's going to be like freaking. It's literally bubbling right now. It's still boiling in my cup.
If you want, I can use lower quality tumblers in the future. Is with.
Will's telling you that he needs a gun truck for
Need a gun
Overwatch.
truck. You are. Yes.
He's not going to have an LMG for it. Well, actually, he does have an LMG for it.
No,
it's
he
an
doesn't.
RPK.
No, he doesn't.
So everybody, if you guys are interested,
RPK, let me know, and I'll pass you on the Joker. He's got one to sell.
No, I don't. It's not in my possession. It's in your truck. So if you guys are looking for a really badass RPK that's all wood and metal and shoots like a dream,
you have to look northbound on I-75, somewhere between exits 106 and 131. It's going to be there on the side of the road somewhere.
I can only imagine the cop calls about that. So, unfortunately, we had some bad news happen that got announced on Monday or Sunday or Monday. Rev 11 has been canceled. Revelations 11 has been canceled for this year due to COVID restrictions. The state of Virginia has put in new restrictions that gatherings more than 250 yard. Gatherings more than 250 people are limited to 50. So they were going to have 950 people registered for both days. That's insane. And I'm sad it's been postponed. Hopefully it will not be, hopefully it'll be revamped in the future and all that. But that really does suck that, that's down like that.
It's a tough time right now. We're all, everything that we're going through. This is for some people the only relief they get. To get out there and do things that they're releasing. We're having a hard time with it. It's why, the last time we had to shut down, if you remember, I was offering people to come on out, in small groups just if they needed to get out of the house. We did it last time, and if it happens, we'll probably do that again. Come out, in small groups of 4 or 5. If they just need to get out, come out to the field, get some fresh air, run around if you need to, whatever. But it's a hard time still, man.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. So I've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give my predictions on what's going to happen with like the whole COVID-19 numbers and all that. I think that COVID-19 is going to be. I think we're heading for another shutdown, and the shutdown's going to happen right around no later than February 15th. I think it's going to coincide with the 2 vaccines from Moderna and for Pfizer. It looks like Pfizer has 50 million, expects 50 million of the vaccine to be ready by December, by mid-December, it looks like, and then another 230 million for the year 2021. And Moderna's starting off with like 30 million at the start, and then they'll have around 70 million for 2021. So, the reality is, it's like this is. I have a feeling once the new administration gets in, once they have a rollout for all the different stuff for the vaccine, you're going to see us go into a month-long stay-at-home order, federal stay-at-home order, while the vaccine gets rolled out, and we could probably kill this virus so we don't have to lose any more time. What do you think about that, Papa?
Yeah, I know I saw something today about them getting ready to do an initial. I think it was like 2.2 million or something like that. They're getting ready just to throw them right out there. The thanks to, what was it, Operation Lightspeed or whatever that was, or Warp Speed or whatever the
hell they call that.
Yeah, that they pushed it through. I think, look, Matt, like I don't have that the fear and the understanding and all that. I know, but I do know that we need to get something going on for peace of mind, for healthcare. I just got word. I've got folk out in Ohio. Their cases are up like 160 something %. Like they've got thousands of hospital employees out of work because of illness. They've got the beds filling up, all sorts of stuff happening. and getting this thing out there as soon as possible. Obviously, it's got to be ready ready for prime time, but we need to get it out there. And if I can interject, I heard a story today about someone. This weekend I was out and I'm watching people walk around wearing masks around their neck, and just so they can get into a store, they put it up and then they take it down, or they're wearing it down under their lip.
The chin diaper.
Yeah, I guys, I'm not a fan of it, right? And I don't know anybody that is, but the thing is, it helps. No, it's not. Wearing a cotton mask is not the cure for corona. But the best meme I saw was two people standing there and they show them like if two guys are going to the bathroom on each other, if they're both wearing pants, nobody gets peed on. Well, that was a great meme, a great example, because if I wear a mask, you wear a mask, and we keep a little bit of distance, there's a really good chance we're not going to spread it. But if you're breathing it in or you're breathing it out, one or the other, you're not wearing a mask, then now there's a 50% chance. If nobody's doing it, there's near 100% chance it's going to continue to spread. Do our part. Let the pharmaceutical companies do their part. And we'll all meet somewhere in the middle and get this thing taken care of. America's not the only country that's having this problem. We're not unique to it, but we can still come together instead of continue to be separated.
Yeah, and there we go. The biggest thing that I have with a lot of it is like so many people are getting like, well, preacher, Virginia needs to stop bullshit because our governor's a dumbass. Your governor might be a dumbass. That's definitely your opinion and everything else. But there's a couple things that's going to end up happening. Because we as a nation haven't really come together to try to fight the corona and like stay home and do everything else and do our parts. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of times we've been out on the road and we've seen some stupid shit. Like how many times we see that stupid shit when we were on our way, when we went up to battalion and all that. It was
that just because nobody's looking, and that's I think that's the big one right there. A lot of people have trouble with character. We talk about it at the field a lot. Talk about character, integrity, things like that. Doing the right thing when nobody's looking, that's true character. Wear your mask because it's the right thing to do right now. Don't worry about your image. Don't worry about how vain you are. Oh, it doesn't look good on the right looking mask. Shut up. Cover your face. If you forget your mask and you absolutely have to go in somewhere, pull your shirt up. Walk around. It looks stupid, but you're the dummy who forgot your mask. Just put your mask on. It's not that hard.
Yeah. It was funny because the other day I was walking to Home Depot and a lady's walking around without her mask on. She goes walking past me, looks me dead in the face, and I'm just shaking my head. She goes, "I left it out in the car." I was like, "Well, you shouldn't have gone all the way to the back of Home Depot before you realized you didn't have your fucking mask on." So it's like not to be an asshole, but it's like
no, man. I don't get confrontation with anybody about them. I let to each. I'm wearing my mask, so I'm protecting myself. I see somebody not wearing a mask, I'm not going near them. It's not disrespectful, but that's the initial feeling that a lot of people get. Oh, you're not wearing a mask and you do this. Well, if I did that to you in public and there wasn't a pandemic going on, I'd be like, what the hell's wrong with you? But the fact is, we're all trying to be safe for ourselves and for others. I have one grandparent still alive. I don't want her dying because some idiot chose not to wear their mask. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm pretty sure with all of the stuff that they shot into me when I was in the Army, I'm going to be okay. I got gamma globin shots because I was in rapid deployment, and that stuff takes care of everything. Right. But it's not whether or not I get it. It's whether or not I give it to my fiance. I give it to, my son. I give it to somebody at the field. I don't want that. I don't want that for anybody at all. I don't want any more of these cases to happen. I want everybody to be fine and happy and smile. Right. I don't get political. I don't want to be on the soapbox, but I just want people to stop arguing about everything they could possibly argue about, and let's agree on something. Sorry.
No, you're preaching to the choir a little bit. The problem is that like one of my things that I was going to end the year on this year of was going to be to end the year with Rev 11 being the last event for the year, and now it got shut down because we have surge of numbers. Whether or not you believe it's a mild disease or whatever, fact is, we lost a major event because of it for this year.
Yep.
We lost several major events for this year, but now we lost it at the end of the year. Now people say, but Joker, you're out there playing games and everything else. Yeah, I had Rona, but how many times do I show up at the field wearing a mask?
Yeah,
a lot. Now, I try to do what I can for social distancing and shit like that, but I mean, I've already had the virus myself, so more than likely if I were to catch it, or like if I was to be exposed to it again, my body would know how to fight it off. All that stuff. But even still, like that paranoia kicks in too. When I come back from the trips I go on and all that stuff, and I'm coughing, it always makes me nervous. It's like, no, let's stay away from me for a little while, stuff like that. But yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, we're aiming for the shutdown, and at least our industry is a little bit more COVID proof than some other industries have been. I'm not saying that fields and all that haven't been affected by it, because I'm pretty sure they have been.
Oh yeah, I know there are.
Yeah, but the impact is a lot less than, say, the other industry I'm in, which is board game industry. It's decimated our community.
Yeah, we relied on conventions and things like that.
Yes, we did. There was a lot of conventions and stuff that we were supposed to be doing to try to get through and get done, and it just we haven't had any transactions this year.
That's definitely tough. We got lucky, and again, me, I'm all about silver linings and finding the bright side of things. When we had our shutdown, we were lucky enough to be able to take that time to go out to the field as a team and build Yeti Base. We got probably, the Dead End Cafe and Yeti Base got built during COVID shutdown. We did what we could to find that silver lining. And again, if it happens again, if we do go through a shutdown again, I'll do the exact same thing as we did last time. People need to get out, come on out. If you want to, if you just need to get away, if you're getting claustrophobic or what have you, we'll have some people out. We may do limited number games or something like that, but people, it's not about the money. It's not about any of that. It's about keeping people right in the mind.
Yeah. And we're not trying to drag people down with this. We're not trying to force police or anything else.
Will asked the question. I think that's to you.
Yeah. I'm wondering, you don't have to say it, but is your son immunocompromised? Or however you spell it. Sorry. Well, I didn't want to put your bad spelling up there, but it's immunocompromised. Yes, he is, but unfortunately, we all already had it here. And on that note, I believe that's the So why don't you share some stuff about Op 31 there, Greg?
Oh, yeah, please. So we thank you for the pause, Joker. As far as Op 31 Dead End Outfitters goes, guys, we next game is December 5th, and that's going to be a regular game day. And then next game after that, 2 weeks later, obviously, be on the lookout. The most important game coming up will be it's going to be the January, I believe that's January 2nd or 4th. I have to look at the exact date. That is our Road to Overwatch game. For anybody that is in the local area,
brother, put it away.
Anybody that's in the local area going to be going to Overwatch, definitely come out to the field. 2 weeks prior to Overwatch, we're doing Road to Overwatch game. And it's a time for you to come out, whether as a team or as an individual. If you need to brush up on some things, or if you're first time playing a Milsim event, we give you the opportunity. We train in a couple of basic maneuvers, things to understand. How to do cover fire. Not everybody understands exactly how to do cover fire. How to
that's fine. Just move the pizza away.
Black Friday deals at the Op 31 store.
Yes, he's got an RPK that he's selling for like
Dirt,
330, like 350 with 2 drum mags.
dirt cheap. Absolutely. 80% off.
Sorry about that, guys. The pizza finally arrived that my wife ordered like an hour and a half ago. All right, so DeWill, to answer the question, I'll get to you, Augie. Yes, my son's immunocompromised, but when I had it back in March, the family all had symptoms, so pretty certain that he had it as well. So unfortunately, we've all had it, so is what it is. But I'm doing my best. Like when I go out of town, I actively avoid touching my son, which drives my wife nuts. Mr. Ackley, how you doing? Augie, how you doing, brother?
And I'll respond to Will. Will, yeah, if you whatever, just let me know what you're looking for. Can you pick it up in Overwatch 6? Absolutely. Let me know what you're looking for. We'll get it in, and then we'll have it set aside for you at the booth.
So do you have that little RPK that you can show off?
Do I have it? It looks just like an RPK. Imagine an RPK, and it looks just like it. It has 2 mags, has a standard box mag and a movie mag with it, which is the double barrel or the double drum. And I don't know what did you want to get for it?
I think do you think 350 is good because it's got 2? Wait, and also has 2 batteries too. I got to give it to you tomorrow. Remind me.
Was it lightly used?
Yeah, it was fine.
Oh no, I'm just
yeah, lightly used. It's got a pretty high rate of fire. 2 drum mags, and the what's my Black Friday deals? I got games for sale for half off. That you can pick up at Overwatch 6. Games normally $20. Any game you want that I have, $10. It's an RPK there, Rob.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, hang on.
Hey, Rob, you just joined in, but we actually piggybacked off of your stuff, your live stream from earlier. I saw your post about people thinking that you guys were canceled and that you're canceling the event, and I set the record straight. You're not canceling your event. So it's the douchebag from Illinois who's canceling his event, more than likely. We don't know that for a fact, but people are probably saying the Prisons game's getting canceled and they think it's Overwatch. All right. While Greg's going off and getting that, so you're going to look at my games? All right. Well, one of the best ones is Murder on the Cosmic Express right there. That's a game that if you like Trouble in Terrorist Town, you probably enjoy that game. Yeah, man. Augie, it's, the problem that comes up is that population density. Oh, wait, I forgot to turn on my. I got a new Christmas gift. Somebody sent me a lava lamp. Evidently, they said I needed a lava lamp for the office. The problem just goes with those population densities, especially when you have high concentrations of people in a small area. Dude, it's like I avoid going into the cities as much as possible. Yes, Succession is another fun game. It's like rock, paper, scissors, but in 3 separate channels. I had the kid put all the stuff away because I had a mess on my back table there. So Succession's only $5. It fits as a. I could have sworn I still have it on here. Oh well. But I found some. There's like some good news that came from us and all that. I found a lot of old pictures and old video, or like really old pictures and stuff from early 2000s. I found my wedding photos. Our Thanksgiving is going to be real small. It's just going to be me and my wife, my 2 kids, my mother, and my grandmother. But the good news is that with that vaccine coming out, it looks like it's going to be. What's this button do? Ooh. Okay, interesting. Sorry, new buttons on my computer, guys. Look, my ADD has been going ape shit for the past 3 months, and I saw a new button. I had to push it. So the good news is my family, we've already confirmed that because of my son, we'll get early access to the vaccine when it comes out like mid-December. How many games do I have? Quite a bit, actually. Evil Genius, Death Ray, Gameception, which you play Gameception while you play other games. You have The Greater Debate, Thwarted, Succession, Murder on the Cosmic Express, and there's a bunch of other games I'm looking at. So, no, he's going to go get the RPK. See, there it is.
I was busy cursing you out. Sorry. Listen, it's not bad enough that I look like a small child when I'm running on the field, especially in a blue jumpsuit. Now, on a nice live stream, you want me to hold a gun that's almost as tall as I am.
It is.
Throw it off. A gun that I don't like, that somehow ended up in my truck, that just cost you an extra 10% on anything you buy from me. So, but I guess it doesn't work out real well for me being honest. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. So that's the RPK.
Look, come on. Why do you have me holding this?
It's because it's funnier than shit, to be honest with you.
I understand that I'm setting myself up for failure right now, waiting for somebody to screenshot this. Don't you dare.
But in fact, wait, hold on. Wait,
Nope.
wrong. Wait. Shit.
Should I actually? Yeah, damn thing.
Oh.
So there's that. And as far as magazines go, it has standard drum as well as the booby.
Yeah, the boobies.
Yep. Hate you. I hate you so much. You are so fired. Oh my God, you are so fired.
Oh shit! I sponged my glasses.
So fired. You almost got me cursing on live too. Oh God. Remember that bounty I was gonna put out on
You can't put a bounty out on my balls. I drove all the way over to deliver a gun for you because of a customer.
Wait. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I thought about that the other day. I was like, wait a minute. I was feeling a little guilty at first. And I realized as I drove home, I had 17 box mags that need fixing back, 3 new guns that need repair. No, you should have drove all the way up here to deliver that shit. No. Hell no.
You don't have 3 guns that need to be. You don't have 3 guns that need to be fixed. One's is simply a back plate. The other one you just have to check to see what's wrong with the fucking nozzle. I think I gave you all the drum mags because I forget which ones work and which one don't. I just want them all working right.
So by the way, wait,
hold on. I'm gonna turn this right back on you. It's for the kids, damn you. It's for the battle bus and the battle bug. You want to make sure that they're able to shoot, right? Right.
Oh, what, for the 60? Yeah. Or the saw. Your
all of them.
your what's it called? Your pistol. The
SMC9. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that pistol. Yeah, that one. That's the only one that really wasn't working right.
Yeah. Well, so here's the problem with it. If you want to know, I don't know if we want to take up. Thank you, Mike. The problem with it is the compensator. It appears, I don't know if it's straight from factory like this, but there's two screws, two sections of the compensator. I was able to get the front compensator off no problem. The back piece of it looks like it's actually cross-threaded through. I can't get it off, and it's not seating right, and that's what's causing the slide to actually stick. So
I probably need to call Evike or whatever.
Yeah. So that's the problem with that. The other ones I'll figure out. I'll work on them. It's easy. So, I found
the video.
I just realized Roger Bulldog said now 50% off after a drop. Thank you.
That the price I gave was 50% off. But don't worry, he'll make sure he can. Hey, look, guys, if you buy it, just add an extra $60, and you can actually get the D-Hop barrel in that bad boy.
What, in the RPK? I guess I could put one in the RPK.
Why couldn't you put one in
that long, but
hey, it works, right? Your LMG will really reach out and touch somebody 500 feet away.
I just saw what Will said, by the way, and he's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong.
What, can we drive over the bus with him while he's standing? Sure.
No. That's why Papa always uses SMGs and SBRs. It doesn't show his true size. Listen, I know that my appearance I'm an optical illusion. I don't look quite as short as I actually am until I get up on you, or if you film me on the field next to other people.
Yeah, here's a prime example. And I'm going to remind you that this was one of your more memorable moments from the event.
Oh my God!
All right.
Was this at the beginning of the day? Yeah.
Don't even bother shooting at him, though, Joker. It won't stop him. Okay.
Now. Go.
All right, off we go.
Yeah, I like how far you go. 3.
We are going to go.
2, 1.
I had to.
By the way, that was west. I'm going to take 5 more steps this way. No.
But look, that's why I did it. You see what I reached down to do?
Yeah, but we have 12 super mutants on our way.
And there's only one way to take care of them. Exactly what I was doing, not what you guys.
You can still kill super mutants with a rifle. You just have to shoot them in their little plate thingy. But of course, you couldn't see shit because they're the black BBs.
Going back on the field.
And right about here is where I start to get pissed off at the LMG guy.
Hit! Well, I got one.
He's still shooting at us. I'm going to pull up some other stuff as I work on this here.
Go a little bit forward. Did I throw the grenade already? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he threw the grenade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the grenade he threw over there.
Hit! Well,
yeah, this is the one where I didn't have my great footage or anything else. So, yeah, Mike, you're not square on a bounty. There's still a bounty on your balls. They're not on my balls. Nice try there, Skippy. Yeah, see how pissed off I am holding my arm? I'm like, that motherfucker. Yeah, the mutants certainly did have a lot of a high body count. Look at that.
Well, let me rephrase. I was shot 30 fucking times by the LMG.
Lit up a few times.
Well,
Hold on.
I got one guy. I got one mutant coming up behind you.
I also want to point.
Fucking grenade! With the baseball.
This is the part where it's also kind of funny because I'm yelling out to you through the radio. Am I allowed to shoot now?
Yeah. Well, this is me trying to gain peace.
Such aggression. Is it also necessary?
What's great is they probably thought you were a child. That's why they didn't shoot you.
You're such a dick.
That aggression's so necessary, gentlemen. Listen, they're dying all around you. Must we? Can we? Is there no negotiations that can be done?
Goddamn hands. Hands look like Bigfoot hands on camera. Who the fuck are you? Parents? A mix of short Bigfoot and a dwarf?
I believe he's trying to engage you in interaction. Hearing this is Papa.
Joker, are we shooting these guys or what?
Roger, yes, you are.
You finally gave me the okay. You hear that?
Well, there's got to be something. Must be something that can be done.
I love how you're still negotiating and nobody's shooting at you.
I'm not getting.
That's what you got there. Just not all of them. Oh. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I guess I should have said this earlier. This is the Wasteland 11 that was at
It's bad enough.
by Mind
We must
Games
live in
Productions at
in
Wayne's
this
World
waste of
Paintball.
lands. Must we shed such blood? Is it? Maybe not.
Here I come to save the day.
Wounded, you can say, yeah, you can say medic. No, not like that. No,
You know,
yell is medic.
I can't help to notice that
You
Mike
can't do position. You just yell medic.
Tony, and then
If
followed
you're
up
a medic, you can.
by
Yeah,
the fact that Greg could have fit.
Yeah,
in that wagon. No, Mike.
not anymore. You can't. Now you're dead.
I want them ears, man. I wanted them ears so bad. So to give an idea of just how much role play was involved in this, I'll come back to that in a minute as I find the video I'm looking for. Going back to Wasteland, I know it's a little off topic, but it really was a badass and fun event. I think you even got psyched to do the next event and possibly even Rev because of it.
Well, Rev, I've kind of always wanted to go to. I want to go to Ballahack. I really do. And I want to meet Chris. I think he seems like a great guy. I've never had the opportunity to meet him in person. I want to go to Ballahack, and Rev seems like an awesome event, especially with that many players.
Yeah.
Wasteland, they've been trying to get me to go to Wasteland for 6 years. You know, like it's just
I got it done.
and going, getting to be with, finally getting a chance to be with my team. You know, we haven't been able to do that in a long time, and it's a little different for me. I don't I don't necessarily always get into role playing games like that, and also because I don't know anything about the game. I don't play Fallout, so I know nothing about the game. So it took me a little bit to get into it. I am excited
to anyone.
Not yet. That's
because of what we've decided to do, and how we're going to grow the lore.
It is.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, you said, is there anything I can provide to anyone?
Okay.
not yet. That's expensive.
All right. So I found something.
There's Christian.
Oh, you heard it?
Oh, I know his voice anywhere.
All right.
All right. Well, I've got more. Oops.
They're coming up on us. We gotta go behind the trailer.
You know what?
I'm assuming they can't be reasoned with.
This is accurate. Mandalorian Tin Man, what's the move?
Don't die.
That is factual.
Take this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's not the point I was looking for.
Those of you that may have maybe thinking about whether or not to go to the next one, I've never been. This is the first time I've gone. It was a lot of fun. From my understanding, they're always fun. They're always like that. And I am offering a guarantee that the next Wasteland is going to be the best one out there, the best one that's ever had. We have already started planning on it, and I'm going to be a key part in it. Decided to play a key role in it, and we're going to make sure that it is fantastic. What Joker?
Oh, the comments are on fire today, man. Wait, first, Mike's. I love the fact that Greg could have fit inside that red wagon. LOL.
Let's see. Hang on a second.
I have the red wagon there, jerk.
Let's see. Just reaching in the closet here. I'm thinking that
Spam risk.
I'm thinking that if I am going to offer up bounties for that I might give away to the first person that can, with confirmation, shoot both Will and Mike in their genitalia.
Score.
And provide confirmation of such.
I don't care if they're on the same team. I think. Oh, by the way, Mike, what airline or what airport would you fly out of? And Will, Mike, sorry about your genitalia.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look like you got herpes. This is probably one of my funniest things I found for Christian. Oh, what the hell? There we go.
If all this clears out.
I see security members moving to the right. That means the left must be clear. Give me to my car and I'll give you 2 more cash. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Dude, he was doing that all day. It was great.
He did. Yeah, he definitely kept character all day. It was awesome.
Yeah, and except for a few things. So let's talk a little bit about that. Hold on. I think I could find it because you actually had a really good line on the accident with the tag-in launcher.
Oh.
I'm just going to keep scrolling through until I find it because I know it's going to be here.
It was real. I mean, that was right in the beginning of the day.
Yeah. I can find it.
Well, I am not above fratricide.
What about fratricide? What?
I'm telling Will, I am not above fratricide. Absolutely not. And I got an entire store and many custom parts and guns that I can offer up as bounty reward. I got this for days. You'll never know where it's coming from. That's the best part. Out of nowhere. There's always somebody that wants a new gun. Always.
Oh, here we go. All right, share screen. So, going back over the stuff that I'm actually going to take our pictures out so people can see this better. Our discussion from last week about tag-ins and all that. Here's the actual video because I was able to find Greg's SIM card finally, or SD card finally, so I could actually pull his video.
You all right? You okay?
You okay? Yeah. Oh, not okay. Hold on, hey!
Oh,
Emergency! Mississippi!
come bring him off. Bring him off.
Admin!
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 Mississippi!
Mississippi!
Admin!
Okay. Somebody's hurt! Admin!
Real world!
Real world!
Real world!
Admin!
Admin! Admin! Real world! Admin!
That was like the problem. That's the only real problem I had with this thing is we're calling for admins, and
There was nobody around.
we couldn't get in touch with anybody to do something for it. I also want to point out the lovely shirt that I'm wearing today, the Veterans from Airsoft shirt. So I haven't given out a shout out to them yet. Freddie Flux and all of them do some great things for the vets and all that. No, you cannot claim your own bounty. That's not how this works. Don't worry. I'm shooting you in the dick. Even if I can't collect the bounty, I'm still shooting you in the dick. So, yeah, I still firmly believe that if it's a non-vehicle event, having tag-in launchers is a bad idea.
So, not all tag-ins are for vehicles, but I always use Bulldog as an example for this. He's a surgeon with it. There's no other way to put it. But you should have at least at least a 45-degree arc when you're firing it, unless you're firing direct fire at a vehicle. Airburst is what it's designed for, not direct fire burst. If you don't know how to do that, and we've had that issue on my field, and that's no longer an issue.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next.
Yeah, that's my segue. If you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't have the launcher. If you don't know how to use it, you shouldn't be using it. Period. Airsoft hurts. It's not designed to hurt people. That's the thing. You're not out there trying to hurt someone. It hurts as part of the nature of the game, but you're not trying to do harm. And if you can't control your own stuff, you shouldn't be using it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I will definitely say is that I understand that. I totally, completely understand that that Bulldog might be surging with it, but we're dealing with other idiots here.
Yes,
and I'm not trying to say it as calling people that use tag-ins idiots because I use tag-ins. My main thing is that as much as you could try, there's too much of a risk that something might go wrong. Like you accidentally fire in the wrong thing. If there's no vehicles on the field, don't do it. So first person to direct impact me with any type of tag around, I'll tell Greg that, and he can get his step stool and I'll present you with a crown. Don't do that, man, because now that's tempting me just to go get out the pocket rocket and well, wait, hold on. Pocket gun is good. COVID. All right, so let's segue into the second part of this. It goes down. So today was an interesting day. So for everybody that's possibly looking at becoming say a YouTube or social media celebrity, or celebrity is probably the best word for it, but personality in airsoft, or you're looking at becoming a personality and making connections, having sponsors to do cool things for you. First and foremost, sponsors have to get something out of sponsoring. It's a business transaction, which means you also have to be extremely professional. Because the last thing that any company really wants is some little douche noodle running around bringing their name down.
Very true.
Because if I'm a sponsored player, which I am, I now represent the other companies that I'm doing stuff for. I directly represent Dead End Outfitters when I'm explaining and going over their stuff. If I'm going around punching little kids in the dick, well, that's not going to be a really good image for Dead End Outfitters. So this discussion came up a couple times recently, in discussing about how to get sponsors, how to maintain sponsors and stuff like that. They need to get a value out of the work that you're putting in. It's just not a matter of you making a great viral video where you get 10 million views because you do this epic slide underneath something and you're shooting people. No, they have to be able to translate it. It's like on TikTok, not to toot my own horn here.
Beep, beep.
I think I just hit 200. I'm just about to hit 214,000 followers on TikTok. A company reached out to work with me to have me sponsor one of their products. Cool. Let me check out what the product is. It's fishing tackle. Okay, this is an airsoft channel, which, yeah, periodically I throw my dogs on there. Or like I posted a video of a speed painting. Cool. But mostly it's like my audience is not going to translate over to your stuff, unless you decided to make an airsoft fishing rod. Cool. We can talk about that. But a tackle company is really not going to help me with sell your product or anything else. You're not going to get a return out of it.
Right.
So, I mean, if you really want me to make a video, I can post it up. You're probably going to get maybe 2K views because that's usually the average of non-airsoft stuff on my channel. But the point about it is that you have to make sure that when you're doing this stuff that you're promoting properly and getting the stuff out there. You have to bring back a value to the person that is paying you to do something. So Dead End Outfitters gets a value because everywhere I go, by the time I come home, he's got 3 or 4 new people that have sent them their guns or contacted them about barrels and everything else, or doing upgrades. So it's, as I'm a spokesperson for the brand. So it doesn't matter if you have a really badass video of you doing all this cool shit. It's not going to matter if you're a dick. No, I mean, shit, it certainly helps you get attention. Fishing kid. Will's still fishing for them good deals at DEO, man. He really wants to know what your Black Friday deals are going to be. So, you know, there's something that goes down with that. And when you're out on the field and you have your own brand, you know, you want to try to, as much as possible, to ensure that you're repping your brand appropriately and that you're giving a positive light. If you start posting negative or bad shit, it's going to blow back on you. And this community can and cannot be very forgiving. You know, like we talk about this a little bit, that the, you know, it's like sort of like the goldfish memory for airsoft. When some shit goes down, they'll rail about it for a couple of weeks and it just disappears. Never to be spoken of again until that person or individual does the same stupid shit again. Then it's talked about for the most part. But then you do some other stupid shit and like post a video of you actively cheating on a field.
And here we go.
That's not the smartest fucking thing that you can do. And the cursing is going to come up because now I'm talking about the little bit of controversy that came up today. And quite frankly, I don't appreciate somebody that, if you have a problem with somebody in airsoft, there's multiple shit that you can say to somebody that's pretty much fair use. You know, so you can say, oh, you're a pussy, you're a coward, you won't go up against me, you're a cheater, you don't call your hits, blah, 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 blah. That's all shit's fair and game. But the second you go down the line of accusing somebody of being hitting on underage girls, if you don't have the shit to back that up and you post that shit publicly, it's libel.
Yeah.
If it's false and you do it because you're doing it in retaliation against somebody else, that's libel with intent to defame, which means that you can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more. The reason why I mention this is that Confirmed Kill Shot 420 today made a post online, which at first was fine. He was talking about, a guy was asking questions about what field should he go to, if there's anything that's around there. He mentioned Matrix Tactical, but he also mentioned that how he plays local pickup games. He goes, don't worry, we don't trespass. Me being just making a little friendly little jab. Say, well, you trespassed at the hotel. Let's condemn that they're tearing down, because he did. He didn't have permission to be there. And I'll always firmly believe and say over and over again that this industry, airsoft, is one bad accident away from being regulated. And we don't want that. I don't think there's a single person here that wants to have to go around with their entire fucking gun being bright orange because one little asshole decides to take a group of people onto a property that he doesn't belong at, has no business doing, running around shooting each other with real-looking weapons. Cops get called when the cops show up to what looks like to be an active shooter situation, because let's face it, the normal people in the world don't understand what the hell airsoft is. The only thing they see is, oh my God, real guns, call 911. And in the status that we are within this country, with the mass shootings that have gone on, especially in places like Florida and all that, people now are more likely to call because they're concerned. Better to for them to call and be wrong than not call and be right that the person was an active shooter. So when in doubt, they call. So imagine the cop showing up, a kid rounds the corner pointing a semi-automatic rifle at somebody, and the kid gets shot because, let's face it, it's happened before. So
if I and I'm interject a little bit, it's on topic, off topic. I know you were talking a little bit about the interaction you had earlier, but you bring up, we're one bad accident away, things like that. Airsoft as a whole is bigger than any one individual. What we try to build, what we're trying to grow, everything we're trying to do with it, it's absolutely 100% bigger than any individual. And I think my goal is to try to get that point across every game day, every time I talk to someone about it, when I talk to the parents about it, talk to the kids about it, every time, because someone will get upset or someone will get mad, and then that individual's action because their individual feelings got hurt. Instead of understanding the larger picture and handling it appropriately, we all are keyboard warriors now and all this kind of stuff. People want to run out like that. Running a field. More goes on in running a field than you'll ever see as a player. You see game day. You don't see everything that happens all week or all month or all year long behind the scenes to keep things where they are exactly as they are, whether it's maintenance to the field or tax issues or whatever it might be. Everything that has to happen that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's not really that easy to maintain. And most of us that do it, there's no money involved. I mean, as far as op goes, every bit of money we get either goes back into the field or goes to the team so we can go play games.
Yeah.
None of it's made for profit. It's not, we don't take any money and put it in anybody's pocket. It all goes back into whether it's R&D for some of the new guns that we're going to eventually be bringing out, or it's taking the team up to Wasteland and paying for that or whatever it might be. But all of that going on, all of that work that happens is because of the love of the sport. There's not one field owner, there's not one that anybody doing any kind of administrative work for the sport that doesn't do it because they love it. Look at Freddie. You brought up Freddie before. You're wearing a VFA shirt. If Freddie didn't believe in what he believes in as much as he does for the vets and for airsoft, obviously, he wouldn't be putting his time on because he's not. This is not something that he's building. It's a benefit, and he's putting that kind of effort in. We need people to understand that this is all bigger than any one of us.
Yeah, and the problem that comes up with when you're trespassing and doing stuff on it, if you're thinking about doing these pickup games and you're trying to go to a vacant property and everything else, I guess maybe a month or so ago, there was a couple of kids that decided, and I call kids, but they're teenagers, decided that they were going to go do an exploration on a building in Miami, a high-rise in Miami, and it was either under construction or shut down or something like that. And they got all the way up to the top, and as they're coming back down, one of the guys fell off the 10th floor and died.
Oh my God, you serious? I didn't hear about that.
So now they weren't playing airsoft.
Mm-hmm.
It just coalesces in with that because what happened was the other kid that was there was looking at being charged for possibly murder. But let's look at it from the airsoft perspective. So say that you get 20 guys, and you go to this condemned hotel, you start playing, the roof is actively caving in. And then somebody slips off of one of those. I mean, I think it's only 2-story, but say they slip off the second floor and they break their leg, or let's say something worse happens, they died.
Right.
Well, you have no insurance now to cover your ass. That's why you have insurance. It doesn't matter how many waivers you get signed. Waivers are only good as the piece of paper that they're written on.
Yeah.
Because any good lawyer will just tear it apart, especially if it's something that's woefully negligent. So there's that aspect as well, that, people can get hurt and now you're liable. You shouldn't be doing it. Somebody's stupid that, as you're actively playing the game, they take their face mask off. How many times have you seen that happen on a legit field? And all of a sudden they get their eye shot out. Now the kid's disabled or the person is disabled. Well, guess what? They can come after you and take away all your money for pretty much the rest of your life. Wages can be garnished and everything else. And if you're someone has money, then you would want to have insurance regardless because you don't want to be sued, period. So there's all that goes down. So pretty much the conversation was a lighthearted jab. He responded back with hostility. So I responded, talking about I need to stay in my own lane. I'm in my lane. This is a Florida-based community. Airsoft is in Florida. I'm actually a moderator of that forum. And I was saying it from a perspective of, all right, I'm going to try again to educate you. He then starts going further and taking some personal attacks. And then I just turn around and say, hey, for somebody with 215 subs, that post video of yourself cheating. Now, we didn't talk too much about it because usually if some shit like this happens at the field, mine and Greg's normal response on it is to hash it out, try to talk about it with the different individuals, because I've had multiple conversations about the North versus South game with Pop-Up, and my response was, all right, I'm not going to put you on public blast.
Yep.
However, I had to, during the North versus South game, about halfway through, after the end of the first Evo, I came off the field 4 times during the first Evo alone. Now, for those of you that play with me, it takes a lot for me to walk off the field because I'm pissed off at somebody's behavior. I was furious. I realized that the last engagement that I had with somebody that I had flipped my gun to full auto, even though I didn't shoot it at full auto, that switch was flipped when I looked down because people just weren't calling their hits. Okay. And I'm not going to name the team that it was, the 2 teams that were doing that, but I will mention confirmed kill shot 420. When I became a ref for the second game, I witnessed him getting shot in the back, and he walked away. I went over and followed him and said, hey, are you just getting out of line of fire because you're dead or what? He goes, no, I'm not dead. I was like, you were hit in the back. And he goes, oh, puts his dead rag on. I walk away. 13 there, Snoopy. At that point, as soon as I walked away, he started giving out tactical information to the medic and everything else while he was dead. Just blatantly cheating. That's a cheating thing, I go. But then he turns around in this conversation today and said that I need to pay attention. I need to stop trying to hit on underage girls at the field. And I'm sorry, but that never happened. In fact, you're trying to do something about he's trying to coalesce something that happened with one of my adult oriented games that had nothing to do with children whatsoever. And then he learned real fast, real quick, that before you make any sort of accusation about somebody being a pedophile or somebody being a rapist or somebody doing something like that, you better have your facts in order, because somebody like me will get pissed off and contact their lawyer immediately. Now, when I turned around and told him that, first off, the shit that you're talking about didn't even happen to begin with. The person that made the accusation that I said to play test my penis has been proven to be a plagiarist and a liar, and that everybody was talking about Sex Toy Poker, which is an actual card game that I have for my Black Label Games line, which is an adult-oriented game, much like bullshit. Boy, did that change some tunes real quick. So then he had to issue this apology.
I'm sorry, Mark Sirens, for saying the things that I said about you, about saying you're a pedophile, about saying you hitting on underage girls. Those are all false statements. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was being stupid.
Word of advice to anybody that's shit talking on fucking social media when it comes down to something like this. You can severely ruin somebody's reputation, their livelihood, and everything else. And you can open yourself up for a massive libel case. There's plenty of shit that you can come after me for. I'm a fat fuck. I'm an old fuck. I don't know how to shoot. I don't know how to fucking play. I have fucking kids. Mm-hmm. I have my daughter who's right in the room right across the hall from me. You fucking come at somebody like me with that sort of fucking nonsense, you could have Child Protective Services could have come to my house over some stupid shit like that. Fuck off with that nonsense. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are in this industry. Don't start calling people fucking pedophiles unless there's a fucking arrest record on thing showing that somebody's a fucking pedophile. Sorry, that's me getting pissed off because it really is.
No, you're not. You're not wrong for it, man. When you're talking about something real like that, when you put somebody's reputation out there like that, again, it's all fun and games, and we can smack talk and do dozens or whatever, with each other. But when you say something like that and it's public, all it took, look, you got on it fast and it went away and it got taken down and all that kind of stuff. But what if you happen not to look at your phone after he posted that for an hour or a day, and somebody else saw it and then shared it out, and now people are like, whoa, Joker's a pedophile. What's going on with this?
Yep. Now,
because nobody does fact checking anymore, so now people are posting it out there. It only takes 3 people before you believe it. That's known. 3 people say it, it's truth, and now you're done. Now you have to backpedal and try to be on the defense. Say no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. You have to prove yourself against something that wasn't true to begin with. People aren't cautious enough with their words and don't understand what happens nowadays. Again, this is all about personal integrity, character. I talk about it all the time. We just don't have enough of it. Individual responsibility, it doesn't exist the way it once did, and we need to focus on that. And again, one of the reasons I love our sport, because I believe that it does help to grow that if it's done right.
Yeah, and to be honest, guys, it's like the only reason why I brought that up is this guy's not going to have any traction or anything else anywhere. I want to stop attacks like that. There's so much other shit. I mean, shit, you can even call me gay. I don't even give a fuck about that. But don't go after somebody in that nature. We talk so much about cancel culture and all that shit, and we're doing stuff like that. So, that was stupid. He apologized for it. I wanted it, because it was in Airsoft as a Florida where he posted his stuff, and the post was taken down, and I believe he's been blocked from that channel. But it goes into a second part of that. See, I'm very careful about who I attack, even if I think I'm justified, even if I have video proof and everything else, and I witnessed a whole bunch of shit. I'm very careful about who I publicly out, because you don't know who's attached to who. So, like, for the longest time when that whole shit about Raptor Airsoft went down, I kept quiet. I didn't know who Raptor was attached to until there was a point where I could no longer be silent, and I spoke up against it. And it turns out that it even then it impacted me because I damaged a local field.
No, I find that funny. Not that I want to get too much into it, but I do still find it funny that people blame you and say you're the one that got them shut down, when all of that was going on long before the whole community up there was, up at Raptor.
617 days of being in code being out of code compliance. That's how many different lawsuits. That's how they had like 80 some odd $1,000 in fines. But it's my fault that they got shut down. No, I just put a petition to make sure they stayed shut down because they're bad actors.
And that actually goes to prove that, to support the point, is that it's perception. All it takes is one person to perceive it, and then 2 other people to listen and say it. Now it's truth.
Yeah. And Snoopy, anything for you, brother? Do you want the other foot too? I've told you before. I'm actually very self-conscious when it comes to this stuff. It doesn't take much for me to become very concerned. If I hear someone, like, we have. This is, again, not to toot my own horn, but we had 11,700 by Angie.
As of the 15th of November, we had 11,780 something search returns for Operation 31.
Nice.
On Google. So to me, that's fantastic. When I look at all that stuff and I look at my reviews and things, there's one review that was, I think it was like a 1-star or something, and I think they said something about just not being happy. I responded to it asking, but it concerns me a lot because all it takes is that one time.
Angie.
But what's the reason for it? If you don't give me a reason, we can't discuss it. Somebody goes out and they just, that place sucks. Well, why? Why did you just douse me with fire? And
get the green suitcase.
You
can't hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, of course.
Oh shoot. Wait, you guys can still? How the fuck can you guys still hear me?
Because you're talking.
No, I'm literally putting you. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, we heard you yelling for Angie and everything.
Oh, yep, I see what the problem is right now. All right, let me fix it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of that, and the only place that I have my son and his friends that used to come around the house. They still do, and I talk to all of them about that kind of stuff. And on the field, when given the opportunity, I talk about personal responsibility, talk about respect, integrity, character, all that.
Yeah,
because I believe that's a place. I treat the sport as any other sport. I behave like a coach, and I growing up playing sports, That's how my coaches were for me. When I was in the Army, that's how my leadership was to me, and that's how I was when I was a leader. That's how it should be. We raise the youth. It's our job to make sure that they're coming up better, not just letting them run whichever way. We're going to end up with a bunch of 35-year-old adolescents. That does nobody any good.
Yeah, and Will said it best. You never know who's a mafia boss until it's too late. So, guys, you really don't know who people are connected to when you're doing shit talking. So you have to be real careful about who you actually talking, because it could affect, if you guys are looking for sponsorships, future sponsorships, and everything else like that. It could affect your relationship at certain fields, and certain event holders and stuff like that. So if you're out there, ooh, you got something pretty to show off now, don't you?
You know what that is?
That's your 3D printed gearbox.
Mm-hmm. You know the fact that I have another one printed, it means there's another something on its way, right?
Oh yeah, there's some good stuff that's going to be good stuff going on. All right, so that was the bit of controversy for today, guys. Wanted to address it and kill it, nip it in the bud. Oh yeah, I got it right here.
What do you got here?
Oh fuck you, light.
Oh.
Yeah, so I need to do a print run of this. I really do, like soon.
Isn't that title redundant? Sex toy poker? Aren't they the same thing? Just saying. So
not everybody likes the female persuasion, Greg.
I looked up something today. I wanted to share this. So you know what I'm doing as far as with the striker, the ASO2.
Yeah.
And I'm making it. It's going to be lineless. Now I always try to look and see what's out there to make sure that anything we're coming up with is original, or as original as possible, and we're doing it as well as possible. So Wolverine has. They actually have a version of their bolt system that they run the Wraith stock on.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it, I was worried at first. I'm no longer worried. Listen, their products are phenomenal, absolutely fantastic. I love the Wolverine stuff. Redline is, they're all great. I don't make any of my own HPA pneumatics, so I can't talk about them at all. I don't make any of that stuff, but I wish I had saved the picture. It actually has the stock is mounted to the outside of the side of the rail. Yeah, let me see if I can put it up. It was let's see if I can find it.
I'm going to show something off too.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
easy.
You're exactly right. You don't see high school football team coaches yelling at the kids for no reason. Oh man.
All right. Let me share my screen real quick. And
you want the RPK, Will?
I will never, ever, ever, ever make something like this. You guys can, I guarantee it. Show that screen for me. Look at that.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Oh my
God. You will
never
find me making something like that. Ever.
Oh my God.
Now, please, guys, don't get me wrong.
That's ugly.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm gonna say it. I'll say it like this, right? Whoops. Let's stop sharing your screen here because we don't want to confuse that with Junkie's page. Let me say it like this, but I can only imagine when you're rocking that bolt too. If you rock it too fast, you're gonna be punching the engine, right?
Well, it's right there. It's
Yeah, but look at my big
very
freaking meaty big foot hands, man. I mean, I can only imagine if I'm going fast and I'm going up there that, yeah, I'm gonna probably smack the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I did want to show off this though.
Go ahead.
Go to the long
Which
view.
one?
So this came in from one of our sponsors. This came in from Norwest Airsoft. So we want to thank Mike Duncan for it. If you guys don't know, this is a Daytona engine in here, which I guess is like the predecessor to the Kythera. It works like the Kythera because it takes no battery. It's all pneumatic.
No, so well, Daytona is
Dude, look! Watch my arm shake. The feedback of this thing is fucking amazing. I'm literally shaking with it. I can't wait to shoot it. Fix the fucking drum mags. Oh, can y'all tell I'm having some fun?
each minute a second, and how much for a full setup with a D-hop in that?
That RPK?
You want the RPK HPA'd with a D-hop?
I told you could sell it.
Is that what he's asking? Share. By the way, share the screen again. So this is another version that somebody has. Take a good. That's where it's located.
I can only imagine with that hose being stepped out like that. That is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I promise all of you, you will never find anything like that at all from Dead and Outfitters.
Mike, it's going on one of the vehicles, man.
Yeah.
More than likely, that's going on the Battle Bug because it's small enough. It should fit. But oh my God, does that thing? It's got recoil, man. You actually feel it when you're shooting. It's like, oh my God, that's. He wants a quote, not 100% sure yet.
Oh, so here, I'll give you a quick quote. You're looking at an engine for that runs roughly $350, and a D-hop drop-in is $100. So just for parts to start is $450 plus the gun. So yeah.
Greg, talk about this. I get to go yell at a child.
Got it. So, all right. Yeah. The RPK. If that's what you're looking for, I mean, just putting an engine in it by itself, depending on the engine that we use, is going to be roughly somewhere around $350. And line, tank, things like that, if you need it. And then any D-hop drop-in, we don't change the price based on length of barrel. Barrel lengths vary so much that we try to give a nice average price. We may change that in the future. As it stands right now, a complete drop-in barrel, customized bucking, and hop up is $100 for the drop-in. So you're looking at $450 plus the gun. I think the gun itself, Joker was talking about the gun with the 2 drum mags are I think he was talking about like $350 there. So if it that right there is $800 for the whole thing. And that doesn't include any kind of labor time or anything else that might be needed to make the adjustment. So and again, these are all just base retail prices. No markups on it or anything for you guys. Nothing additional, and it's those are just the prices. Nothing we can do about that. Yeah, the RPK itself. I mean, I'm definitely not a fan. Joker wanted to see if I could sell it to somebody.
I am back.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to yell at. I specifically told my daughter multiple times to make sure to put the pizza away so the dogs don't eat the pizza. So my wife came home to eat her pizza, and it is gone. because the dogs ate the pizza. Cora ate an entire medium-sized pizza.
To be fair, if I could reach it, I would too. And I left that out there as a short joke for anybody that wants to make it themselves. So anyhow,
back to the fun stuff.
so while you're away, basically the rough base estimate price for it was, you said what, $350 for the RPK plus the 2 drum mags.
Yeah, and also is going to give the 2 batteries too. So,
and then
he wants to convert it to HPA.
Yeah, and if he wants a HPA, the engine plus the full drop-in D-hop is about $450. It's $100 for the drop-in, $350 for the engine. So it's that by itself right there is $800.
Yeah, and he's going to make sure the 2 drum mags work fine, but it's full wood, it's full metal. So that RPK, and all joking aside, the reason why that I'm just not keeping the RPK is I'm looking for something else, because you guys can see all the M240s, M60s, and everything else I have. Having the having an RPK on there is going to be weird on any of the vehicles, to be honest with you, because it's the only one that will not have a match thing. And I'm not a particularly fond of, personally, just like Greg, is I'm not particularly fond of the AK lines. But if you do get this and you decide to go for it, it actually helps Battle Bus Adventures get another LMG for the bus.
Yep.
So, my daughter is now pleading her case with my wife to get her computer and her phone back, because, and listening to the no's coming from over there, it's
not going well.
It's a day. Let's put it that way. So.
Yeah, and actually, I want to touch on something real quick. Again, we were talking about the cost of that. Excuse me. Not some people seem surprised when they hear certain prices, and I'm always, one of the reasons I got into doing this was because I don't like to gouge in any way. I want to want to get the highest quality I can at the best price I can into the player's hands. I think that's great. The Wraith gun that we have out right now, the one, the prototype that you've seen, the black and red.
Yeah.
That one right now, I just priced one out for somebody. It's a completely custom gun. That gun comes out to be about $1,200. And I sent him every single link for every single part because I wanted him to understand where that price came from. I'm happy to do that for anybody that we're doing a build for, because I like people not just to get it and go, wow, this is awesome, I just can't believe I spent that much. I want them to understand where their money's going, right? Mm-hmm. Most techs, no matter big or small, most techs don't take a lot of money for the labor. And there's not a lot of markup on airsoft parts. So if we're trying to get them out there as with as least cost, the lowest cost possible, it still is going to be that much. The lower receiver, upper receiver, rail, stock, that's just your external by itself, right? Depending on what you order, that's hundreds of dollars by itself. If it's HPA, well, the tank and the engine is usually somewhere between $600 and $700 with the entire setup, because you got the regulator and everything like that. If I'm doing lineless, it's got it's got the Wraith stock in it, things like that. You're somewhere in that range. Now, I guarantee everything that I put out. Obviously, because
so does Will.
I drove to.
How much are your build fees? Look, guys. So if we're talking about this and everything else, first and foremost, while we're all trying to save money as consumers, we have to also understand that in order for places to get upgrades and everything else for, they also have to make some money so they can stay in business. So Greg's fees are about average at $65 to go inside the gearbox.
Yeah. So if we have to open a gearbox, if I have to get in the gun and open a gearbox, it starts at 65. There's no set hourly rate. I've had guns that I've had to work on for a day, like an entire day, because every time I look at something, it's either another old part, or it's, whatever it might be, or it's such a custom tune, we're trying to get it in line. I'm not going to charge for 8 to 10 hours at an hourly rate. I'm going to break that down and make it a little bit easier on the customer, because again, I'd rather get the gun back to you, have it work, have it be right, and then have you come back to me for another gun, have you send people back to me for something else. I would rather do volume at lower price versus, try to crack a bat on somebody, on ones and twos and do all that. That's why, the Indestructible is at the price point that it's at. That's, all of those things that they're all cut. The Wraith stock gun, easily, I can make that a $1,500 gun, no problem, and people will buy it. That gun, that gun is a phenomenal gun. But I don't do that.
So when you're looking at, like, say that RPK, I mean, the gun itself is pretty solid. I mean, it's not close to. I mean, as much as we joke around that we don't like it, I mean, with the exception of a few scratches where the bipod is at, that gun, it has really no marks or anything else. It's lightly used. Those scratches are going to be there regardless because of metal on metal.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to have it HPA'd, obviously that's where the cost goes up. I mean, you're essentially buying a whole nother gun. I mean, HPA kits are not cheap. I know, that's why we're going to start our donation drive, after Thanksgiving, so we can get 3 guns HPA'd, because we need 3 engines for it. We still need 3 more LMGs to HPA'd LMGs to finish up all the vehicles that we have for Battle Bus Adventures. So that way we can have, when we go out to these events and all that, we can have people with disabilities ride around. So there's a reason why I don't do HPA personally with my rifles and all that, because I'm just fine with my AEGs shooting the hell out of it. But even still, comparatively speaking, that gun right there, the Joker gun, that one was $1,200. I mean, it shoots 400 feet at 42 rounds a second with 400 FPS, but it's there. The OCA is a $2,000 gun. Of the 3 of the expensive bills that are right there, the Indio is actually the cheapest at $850, right?
$850.
Yeah, because you're everything that's inside that thing, and all 3 shoot very comparatively to it. Each one has a range of about 300 feet. Each one shoots at 400 FPS. The only difference is the RPS, which the Indio does have the lowest amount at
33.
No, you have a 36 with 3 2s, and it could go higher with 2 5s, as we found out. But even still, I'll never use the high rate of fires on all 3 of those guns, because it's just bang, there goes your mag.
Yeah,
you could do 900, but
is that reasonable for everything?
If not, let me know.
No. Let me price the whole thing out. That might be more than it is.
I think off the top of my head that you'd be able to do it for $800 there, Greg.
I mean, like I said, what I was throwing out there as a quote was a rough estimate. It was from off the top of my head. I don't even know. Let me look and see. Honestly, I don't even know what engine goes in an RPK for. And honestly, Will, if you're the customer, let me know if you have a preference over Polar Star or Wolverine or Redline or any one of those guys. If you have a preference, let me know, and we'll build it based off of that. And guys, honestly, let me say something. I appreciate this. First of all, the interaction, whether it's the jokes and all of that, or the sincere responses when we have had a serious moment, or the build talks, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, I know Joker does as well, but I absolutely appreciate that.
And honestly, Will, if you do that, you'll be the first person to get the pins. Ah, shit, you can't see them.
Not that pin.
It's the rose pin. Well, yeah, not. Besides me, you'll be the first person to actually get a rose pin. The screech. Well, people have these screechy dragon pins, but this is version 2. And the players wanted pin. Plus, I'll give you the patches as well. So I'll hook you up with giving you a little bit more incentive as well. Oh, there we go. That was like almost a perfect lineup. Wanted. And Preacher, obviously, if you want to bring that down and donate it for that, if you want to run in the battle bug and shoot the M60, oh my God, is it fun to shoot? But Greg also has to fix the drum mags for it. One of them is literally in pieces. I can't complain about it.
Oh God!
Can I? Nope.
Can you complain? Sure, you can.
I can't complain about it. I got it for fucking free. What am I going to complain about it for? God,
I hate you.
I get that a lot. My daughter's saying it right now. Oh God, that was evidently she heard me saying something. She just opened up. She goes, "Fuck you!" Shut the door. Language. Oh God. And I'm sure my wife was like, "You let me deal with it. You walked away." I was like, I did my job, and I have her computer and her phone are mine now.
Yeah, looks like everybody can kind of go into it. I'm seeing Daytonas, Polar Stars.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Will, if you could get a Daytona in that thing, and you want that, do you want to put it back on to shoot that M60 again? Because that thing's fucking fun.
Well, I mean,
I realize I'm wearing the wrong shirt for you to really see just how much my arm moves with it. Yeah. If I had a light color shirt on, you'll actually see the. But it's great. Oh, by the way, there, Mike. Depending on what day you're going to fly.
Huh. Is that right? Huh. Really?
Hey, Mike, if you decide to fly out Thursday, your flight's only looks like $67. The price just dropped.
Let's see. Very interesting. I didn't realize the RPK had a standard version 3 gearbox.
I don't know what it's got. I keep myself woefully ignorant on purpose because I let people like you talk about it.
No, that's actually what it has in it. It's a standard version 3 gearbox. I didn't realize RPK is nothing more than an extended
PKM.
Yeah, I mean they're all the same. They're all AKs. It's essentially.
But that Daytona is fun as fuck to shoot. I'm not gonna lie. Damn, I'm a potty mouth again today.
Yeah, you got fired up and you kind of got locked in that mode.
Well, there's a really good reason to be fired up.
Well, I'm aware of that, but I'm just saying.
So with the cancellation of Revelations, we are actually going to end our airsoft season for 2020 with doing a trifecta run for the team. We're going to go up to F13 Indoor Airsoft Arena up near Atlanta on December 18th, I believe it is. Let me double check here. Yes, December 18th. On December 19th, after we do that, December 19th, we're going to go ahead and go over to Nashville Airsoft, and we're going to end up the last pretty much trip we're doing is we're going to end up at Stag Airsoft Field on December 20th for that game. So that weekend will be our last trifecta and all that.
Send him some links ASAP.
Yeah. That's flying into Orlando, so we probably have to have somebody like Chris pick you up. Mike, go ahead and check WhatsApp and see if you can see it in there. I like that, the duck. So somebody's using autocorrect. So what? Because of Thanksgiving, again, what we could do is if anybody, I guess we could open this up. We're at 1 hour and 36 minutes in, so let's go ahead and mention our lovely sponsors again. I'd like to go ahead and thank Dead End Outfitters for our lovely indestructible gun there. I know, so I always get disoriented with where am I pointing at? That's wrong hand. That hand, yay, that thing right there. We want to thank High Powered Airsoft for all the stuff they do for us. All their great, awesome, the best BBs out on the market. Come on, snicker some there, sneer some there, buddy.
Did I?
Check out also their batteries and barrels and their other stuff too. Why are you flipping me off?
Who? Oh,
Preacher. Oh boy.
Because of the you made the comment about him using autocorrect.
Oh, it's not a bad thing. I think it's funny as hell. We also like to thank Norwest Airsoft for the lovely M60 I have. And Doomsday Airsoft for the support they have. And of course, our friend Assault and Battery Airsoft, who is not here right now. Battery's not here to represent, or we'd be having an interesting conversation. So if anybody wants to throw down, we're going to open this up for our Thanksgiving period, giving thanks period. If somebody wants to jump on, let us know. We'll send you a link and have you come on for a few minutes. Let's see here. Oh. The hell? Oh. Now it's all. We have dead air. That's not acceptable. So what I'm going to do now is go to.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, we're both doing.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to gather some info. Looking at a couple things, and I just had a flash of an idea for another build. It's making it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything yet. I got. Yeah, we'll see.
I love how you're like. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Not yet. No, I'm gonna see if I can make it happen first. I don't like talking about it and all of a sudden, failing it. So.
All right. So, since you were not here last week, I am going to talk about so we can get your reaction because you were there to sort of witness this firsthand at Battalion Airsoft.
Ugh.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Christian?
Hey.
Before we get to that, here Christian has come online. You didn't realize we're still rolling.
Beard look at you.
And speaking of which, I got some more clips and stuff of Toucan being Toucan.
I've never heard of him in my entire life.
Oh, really? That's why you have Christian Harris Toucan right there in your name at the bottom of this.
I'm gonna.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I apologize for not being here earlier. I was at dinner, and as usual, you said, "Hey, you want to be on a stream?" Me thinking you're a reasonable adult. Sure. How long do I have? You 12 minutes. Oh, okay.
No, but no, I'm gonna call bullshit. I gave you much more time than that, and I'm gonna go back to when I first asked.
Yes. How much? Yes. Oh, God.
Let's see.
like
Oh,
this.
Jesus, can I?
Turn the light on.
I actually gave because I sent you the message at 6:22 p.m. You didn't. p.m. So and then you're like, what time? It's like 3 minutes. What?
Oh. Darn. You caught me in a lie, sir.
Oh no, I caught other people in lies. You just like it's that misjudgment of that perception of when things happen. No, I really remember it was at 12:52. No, it wasn't.
So, gentlemen, what did I miss?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that you missed. A lot of good stuff, some bad stuff.
Yeah, not so good, but other than that,
we pretty much had to have confirmed kill shot 420 retract the statement that he made on Airsofters of Florida about me.
Mhm.
So that was fun stuff. Oh yeah. So we gave a warning to do stuff. Right now this is pretty much our Thanksgiving stream. We're giving a little bit of thanks for all the stuff that for all of our support and backers that we have that have been out here and supporting us from the start. But I think were you on, Christian, when I showed the video of me having that confrontation at Battalion last week, or did you get off for dinner? Okay, great.
Oh no!
Hold on. There's one more person wanting to get on the stream tonight, so let me just go ahead and throw them on real quick, because this is actually a member of my team, and you know, as much as I tell my team members that you're not supposed to do shit like this, I do say there's always that caveat of, well, there's from time to time there's an appropriate response for everything. Right, so we're going to give him a minute to get inside here. But there's some stuff actually I really want to talk to you about, particularly because you have the most knowledge when it comes down to Wasteland of the people that I'm connected with. So I'm going to bring up some video of that to see if I can get some feedback to see if I'm in the wrong or if I'm right in my assertion of, hey, that was a dick move. But I will get to that in a minute too, so we can keep this going because this is going to be fun. And then also what we talked about was the cancellation of Rev 11. And I know you were upset about that, right?
I genuinely could see myself being in a financial and time position to go, and they canceled it. And I'm just like, dang it. I was jumping through hoops and then it evaporated, which the video was thought out that they came out with. I understand. They were honest, I thought. So.
All right. Well, we got Preacher on the channel now. He's one of my teammates and all that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the first portion, which is
What's up?
something which I did at Battalion. So give a little.
I was there to witness the entire thing.
You did not witness the actual incident.
No,
you only
no,
witnessed the backlash of it.
The way more entertaining piece of you coming back and forth to the table going, hang on, I got this. Wait. Oh, you don't want to be there for this. And a lot of those responses. So, which I don't know if you realized by the time you got back to the table at the end, I had already packed up.
Oh, I know. I noticed. I saw. I'm not stupid. I'm very observant. Oh shit. Hey Steve, how you doing, man? Sorry, I missed your message up there. All right. So for the reason for this is also a lesson in perspective, right? Sort of like what you just did with the time. So people perceive certain things out on the field, and very seldom is it 100% accurate. There's very few people that can have everything tied closely inside their head of, hey, this is what happened. So I'm going to play you a clip, and then you tell me how right or how wrong I am. And please tell me if you guys could hear this or not.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Is that really right here?
Nope.
Now, when that kid walked out, I honestly did not see his gun was up. when I took the first shot, and I was a little sorry, but at least I shot him in a plate carrier. That's not what we're talking about, though.
No, you didn't hit me. You didn't hit me. Your BBs went right past my camera. You're hit.
All right, please don't do that at home.
Right now.
Don't do that.
Does
at home.
anybody need me to go back and replay this? Did you guys see the entire interaction? What happened here?
Man, I think me and Greg are about to be on the same wavelength.
All right.
Yeah.
So now
I can't wait for this explanation.
okay, so there's two problems with what happened here, right? I mean, obviously when she's shooting, I could literally pull this up and go frame by frame because I've already done it to make sure I didn't get hit, and all of her PBs go right past my head and hit the wall behind me, so she didn't hit me. And the problem that comes up is,
No, you didn't hit me. You didn't hit me. Your BBs went right past my camera. No, you didn't hit me. You didn't hit
I'm
me.
meaning to pause this now.
Your BBs went right past my camera.
All right, right there, she's already accepting the hit. She's got her gun up. She's walking back to spawn. She is out. She's not in play anymore. You guys would agree with me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Up to that point, absolutely, I agree with you.
Okay. So I continue my play style.
By the way, you're not showing anything. Just so you know. You're not showing anything.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That does help to actually have this going, right?
Let me help you out there.
Thank you, because I realized I was looking at all your faces. So
You're hit.
at that point, I got shot 5 times, guys. 5 fucking times in my arm. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm bleeding. Now, second thing, I one-handed it. I did aim for soft spots. So, feedback time. Now, should I have gone and gotten a ref? Yes.
Yep.
I should have called for a ref, right? So I'm sure Toucan and Pop are both going to say that's what I should have done. I should have walked away and just done it, right? Because I can see the look of disapproval on his face right now. The funny thing is I didn't mention which one. However,
I'm glad we're both on the same square side here.
I kind of figure you guys are,
Yeah.
but I will say it this way: it's because she came back and started shooting, and what it felt like was an intent to do harm. I decided to wait until.
Clap.
I decided to wait until she decided to put her hand up and walk away. Because I'm not going to expose my back. Look, for some reason, I could take shots to the chest and to the stomach and to the side all day. But as soon as you nail me in my back, ow, it hurts. So go for it. Hit me with your best shot there, Christian. We'll start with you.
I'm trying to think of something Greg isn't going to say.
No, it's fine. You guys can repeat your statements all you want.
Here's my thing, and I was literally in the car with my friend back from dinner, kind of talking about toxicity in the community. That individual you were engaging who was not following the rules brought negativity to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You, even though there was some vindication to your actions, you brought negativity as well to the table.
Yes, I did.
Would we get more negativity? I don't think that exchange made any of you better.
No, I brought vengeance to the table.
Yeah.
Is what I did. And vengeance is not always positive.
Do we live in a perfect
Never
community where all the rules are followed and the refs are there immediately? No, but
Greg, look at your DMs. I was just told to say, look at your DMs. Sorry.
Hey,
I have no idea what he's talking about. Will, if you want to be more clear, where
Oh, there we go.
Okay. All right.
I
Keep
got
going, Christian. Sorry.
But that, I mean, to kind of, because Greg's probably on the same exact page. When that happens, really, yeah, you even said it. You should have called for a ref and just played it out through the mediation that the ref would have provided. But
unfortunately,
and you didn't contribute much to resolving it. Again,
Yeah.
there
So
was indication of what you did, but it just negativity beget negativity. That's what I want to add.
and that's fair. That is definitely a fair thing. And like I said, I don't really advocate for people doing this. By the way, guys, I'm going to freeze up every once in a while because of stupid StreamYard. So if I all of a sudden stop talking for a second, it's because of StreamYard's doing whatever the stupid shit it's doing. There was no ref. There's only one ref on the field, and he's in a tower where all the music's playing at, which was back the way I came. So I was not going to turn my back towards the person actively shooting me until they walked away. And yes, I did put one right in the back of her head. Now,
Preacher's got chocolate in his mouth, so I'll go ahead and chime in.
yeah, you go right ahead, Greg.
So
wait. There's one more part. There's one more part that you need to go. I guess we can talk about the after effects.
Is
Go
this
ahead,
the
Greg.
part that saves you in the exchange?
No. Well, I mean, like I said, if she would have shot me, I mean, I was pretty certain that I did not get hit. I mean, so much so that that's why usually in an exchange like that, if I think I got hit, even if I would have heard the only thing that was exposed was my gun and my helmet. So I would, or my neck or my face. So I would have felt or heard something, and it didn't happen. But tell me, Papa, that you're already going to tell me that before.
So you just said something. So before I go back any further, I'm actually going to make a comment on something you just said. You said there were no refs on the field, and technically speaking, that's true. But there's a gray area there. You should be your own ref, right? Watch it. You hear me say it all the time on the field. We're all responsible for our own integrity. We don't worry about anybody else's. I understand the difficulty. I'm a player as well as a field owner, as well as a ref. I understand the difficulty when you're engaging someone and they're messing your game up because they're not calling their hit, because they're cheating, because they're doing whatever it is they're doing. I understand that. I do. I understand tempers get high. You know I do. You've seen me get frustrated. It happened.
You got frustrated at that game too.
You're absolutely right. I did. I was like, but you have two options. You either leave it off the field or you take it off the field. You don't have it on the field. If you're engaged in something like that, it's up to you. And when I say you, not just you, Joker, it's up to every single person on the field. And if everybody were to do that, we would never have this conversation. And that means everybody. So when you say, I don't advocate this, parentheses, but I do it.
No, but I did it. It was not, but I do it because this has only happened one other time before. And I am trying to find a clip of that asshole.
You blaming him for your actions, though, doesn't make it okay. Just because he's an asshole doesn't make it okay for you to do it.
No, that one was so in response to all right, Preacher, I can see you nodding your head and everything else. You don't have anything in your mouth. Go ahead, say it. Say what you got to say.
Short bus, motherfucker. Short bus.
No. Nice try, sir. Nice try, but no.
Also, you effed up. That's all I gotta say. Go on.
All right. So when I got shot the first 5 times, the reason why I lifted my gun up and shot was because I felt pain in my arm from doing it. It was a pain response. It really was. And if you noticed, my 2 shots at her were also not to cause pain. It hit her in her plate carrier. When she continued to shoot, that's when I went up and down her arm. My job was my intention at that point in time was you're going to turn away and you're going to walk away because what you're doing isn't cool. So at the end of all of it, I went up to you specifically, Greg, and I was like, oh, you're going to wait till you see this footage. Mm-hmm. And I put my helmet down, put my mask off, and I walked right up to the front ref guy and said, hey, this person just did this. I wasn't right either. And then the boyfriend comes over. Now, at any time in that video, did I full auto her?
No.
Did I feather the trigger?
Not that I could hear. No.
Did I chase her down?
No.
So that was the accusations that came through. And pretty much what I, the snappiness and all that. That's why I told Greg, it's like, I got this. I had already made the determination at that point in time, I'm going home for the day because I was punishing myself, regardless of what happened with the video that was going to be that they viewed. Battalion handled it right. They said we had two options. One, we could both get yellow band, which means that you're banned, that you had to go home, you're done for the day, or we could shake hands and go back out on the field. I decided that. Said before I answer that question, I turned to the boyfriend. It's like, did I chase her down? No. Did I full auto her? No. But you probably got hit. So they played back the video, and with the volume jacked all the way up,
They picked up and saw that he wasn't shot first. Okay.
Yeah. So there was all that stuff that came down the line. So in the end, we shook hands, and they were able to continue playing. I actually gave the girl a patch because, look, I might have had like 5 marks on me, 2 of which were bleeding. And then she also hit me in the side here that I had a lot of damage to my body, so much so that I stopped playing airsoft for 10 days. Tomorrow will be my 10th day of not playing airsoft. I feel like.
What could you have done instead?
Huh?
What could you have done instead? Let's say
I could just turned around and walked away.
let's say you fired right after the exchange of I didn't get hit, and you fired to her left, to your left, her right, and then you fired through the doorway, and all of a sudden you can see her turn back around and she shoots you. At that moment, what could you have done? What should you have done?
Sorry, Sal said soft tissue damage. Sal, he posted that soft tissue damage. Well, what I could have done is I definitely could have thrown my hands up, cursed, and went over to the ref tower and said something. In the heat of the moment, emotions overcome. At the end of the day, though, we both shook hands, and then she was wearing my patch after I left. You know, it was right there on her chest. And it's really not to. And if you guys think I'm doing this to like trash her, I'm not going to say what the player's name is. I'm not going to say what the affiliation is and anything else, because she was cool. After the end of it, she learned a valuable lesson: play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I could take shots all along my body. I mean, guys, come on.
He might have learned a lesson.
I feel like I got spotted.
What lesson did you show to the 3 12-year-olds that were standing around?
None.
Well,
no, they learned a valuable lesson. Revenge. I don't have to call my hit. I can just shoot.
Yeah, they call it going gorilla there, and they're right. It should not happen. You should not do that. At the same
transpired, it did. And I like the question you're saying, Greg. The self-assessment of how to avoid the situation in the future. A very productive question. This is a perfect hobby. I'm not trying to preach from a position of superiority whatsoever, but the sport is what you put into it. If you try to constantly better, the sport is constantly better. The situation, it is what it is, and the best outcome of you communicating with the other party to keep people in the same area here, and then a patch, a fist bump, and the day went out as it should have. Best case scenario after that expired. The self-assessment afterwards to figure out how to be better and how to put that continue putting positivity back into the sport. I think, Greg, that's what you're going after. I like that. That's what we all have to do at the end of the day to keep this hobby as good as we think it is.
Sometimes the best form of superiority is being the one with the most humility.
Absolutely. Empathy and humility go a long way, especially in a sport where overly emotional 12-year-olds and overly emotional 50-year-olds can clash. So,
yeah. And like I said, I did punish myself because I said I'm done for the day. I realized that me doing that, really the little showdown there never should have happened. Right? We never should have had that go back and forth. I don't think anybody's doing it. I was making a little bit fun of it to try to make sure everything stays lightened about it. But like in Miami Airsoft, though, that behavior is acceptable.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, battalion is even more acceptable because like you just said, they actually have a term for that, and it's called going guerrilla. And
Yeah.
I don't think that the fact that it happens enough that they make a term out of it, no way. That could never happen. I look, we're friends, and we talked about it after it occurred, and I didn't say anything different then than I say right now.
Yeah.
We've all been wrong at one time or another in our lives, but that is a scenario that it shouldn't happen, can't happen. And I told you, what would happen on my field.
We already saw it happen, and Michigan got shown the door for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that truly opens the door for other things. Even just one time, one event, let me go one time. And I know you didn't let it go. I know this is one of the reasons why we're having a conversation now is so that we can chastise you as well. It's not just showing it, not be, you want that. You want to be wrong so that you can be right next time.
And because I'm literally trying to find the other video where I did bad, and that one was I'll find it eventually. I'm just going through it. I just got to remember what I called it. So, but a similar situation happened. I was walking away. I think I found it. Yep, sure did.
And why is Will's dad skeptical about me? What is that about?
Leprechauns are not to be trusted.
Oh my!
So Greg, my comment was not that comment. It was not his.
What an inescapable cloud that follows you wherever you go.
Wait, me or him?
Greg.
Yep, it's okay.
Oh no, it's look. You got to admit that was a good one, Greg. I got that like that.
Do I need to show what the bounty looks like again? Do I have to bring it back up again?
Yeah, definitely for his.
I have a closet full and a store full of stuff. I'll give it all away. I don't care. I'm stupid. It doesn't matter to me. I'll get rid of all of it just to watch it happen.
Greg, I will claim that bounty. I don't care if my nuts fall off because
if I can just comment back on the topic, the really discouraging part of the entire situation is Greg more so than me. Just of your character, I expect infinitely more of you than that kind of interaction with another person.
You know what I think it is? I think it has to happen once per year because.
Well,
no. What I'm saying, why I'm saying that? Oh no, I guess this was May of 2019, but
but you see what I'm saying? Like I think of you so highly. Definitely, Greg thinks of you so highly. So to see a situation like this transpire with you, it's almost alien because
it's extremely rare.
Yeah.
So here's the other one. Here's like the first time this has ever happened, and I'm going to explain myself in a situation because there was an accident, but I'll let you watch.
Didn't I already shoot you 3 times?
there's a delay.
Yo, what the fuck?
video is coming in really broken.
It is?
Yeah, it's coming in choppy.
All right, hold on one second. Let's reset that real quick.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this one. That is if I saw this before knowing you,
brother,
I don't know that I would know you. That's really that's really pretty bad. How long ago was it? Oh yeah, this was you don't been playing a few months when this happened.
The audio am I the only one getting audio interference?
I'm also getting it. You're not the only one.
I'm not getting any. Mark, talk.
Hello.
I can hear you, Mark.
It's that video is just really bad.
All right, let's try this again.
There we go.
Didn't I already shoot you 3 times?
Hear that second shot? Did you guys hear the second shot?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
That was right in between my shoulder blades, and I have no kit on.
Yo, what the fuck?
Right there, I was trying to get out to point at him. I didn't actually mean to pull the trigger. My trigger's response was there, but even still, yeah. Yeah, and Blade Shadow was there that day.
What the fuck was that shit? You want to fucking keep it up, shit? You shot me in the back for no fucking reason. Yeah, exit's right here, dick. Exit's right here. No, fuck you, man.
So this is why I always try to be better. So this was back literally when I was only playing for a couple months. The title of this video is Airsoft Cheater Leads to Rage on the Force on Force with 2 respawns. So to give backstory behind a lot of it, I already shot the guy multiple times throughout this game. And in previous games, he was doing the same thing where he was just straight up cheating. So there was already a thing. But shooting me right between the shoulder blades, right on my spine, it hurt. It sucked. I didn't mean to. And when I accidentally shot, it was an accident when I shot him. I mean, at the time, I was too pissed off. And then he starts shooting me in the face. I retaliated. So I know I can see the look of disappointment on your face right now, Con. But remember, this was over a year and a half ago. And it's one of the reasons why now I am so adamant about trying to keep myself up and behave appropriately. So come on, give it to me.
I love your face right now. It's just priceless.
Okay.
I'm staring at Christian's face.
Let me say this, Greg. There was a game easily 3 years ago at Up. It was within your first year. Yeah, let's just say it was 3 years ago at Up. There's a game. I had a disagreement with a gentleman because he overshot me. I called my hit, put my hand up, and he still kept shooting me. And then I walked away, and he didn't see my flag, and he ran around an obstacle, saw me again, didn't see my dead rag, and shot me again. I was very frustrated. I walked up to the trailer and just sat down. And you walked by me, and you said, "Why so quiet?" And I said, "I'm having a disagreement with myself." I had the privilege at the time of being an operator of an airsoft club, and so that end of it, marshaling it, and then trying to play in it, which was doing all 3 of those at the same time, is a disaster. But I had the very unique perspective of seeing the situation of being overly emotional from the top down, from the very top to the very bottom. And at that moment, I was at the very, very bottom. And the only solution I could come up with was silence and self-contemplation off the field. That was it. I wasn't even mad. I was just disappointed that I got to that point. That's why I was so quiet. It wasn't anger. It was disappointment that I emotionally took myself in a game where we all dress up as plastic men with toy guns. I was upset.
Yeah. When you have the opportunity to not just rep one game, rep one game doesn't necessarily do it for you. When you're
Preacher, I think it's your phone. I think it's you.
It should be.
That better?
That's better.
When you have the opportunity
Christian, try you.
Aloha.
When you're responsible for the entire game, all the players on the game, not just a single ref or anything. When you're responsible for the entire game, oh, we lost Christian.
Yeah, he should be back. Keep talking.
When you're responsible for the entire game, you definitely have a different perspective. And it does help you personally. You know, you don't want anyone else to go through that. So you work with all of those people. It does something to you as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to address a couple things, but Christian, do you have this stream playing in the background anywhere?
What?
Do you have the stream playing in the background anywhere?
The audio's terrible. I can't understand what you're saying. I can only understand Greg.
He's asking if you have it playing in the background anywhere else. My guess is no.
No. All right, you come back on because the audio when you left and came back, you can't hear me at all.
But he's muted right now. Chris
Someone
is
talk.
muted.
Yeah, I muted myself to. Yeah, but I can hear you now. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm on my phone. I apologize. There was a hiccup.
No, it's okay. I just wanted because I was hearing the feedback a little bit too, and I didn't want to. So we address it all. So
You
it's
don't
all
see
good.
the difference. If you were to not, like I said, not just a single instance. If you became responsible for a field at any given time, running several games, 20, 30, 40, 50 people, when you're responsible for all of them, it changes the way you play.
It hits you so different.
Yeah. You don't want to be the person you're telling everybody not to be.
Yeah, and the reason why it brings up, like, because Sal posted this. He goes, "You really haven't lit the." I have. The reason why I bring it up is to reassess and readdress what actually was going on. So part of my whole call sign is I try to address things through humor. So if you want me to be serious for a minute, both those instances, I was in the wrong for my behaviors and what I did, 100%.
Yeah.
The reactions of what's going on, this is how shit escalates a lot. You know, the guy that I shot, because he was cheating all day, already had a negative mindset. He shot me in the back between the shoulder blades. I turned around. I accidentally shot him, but it led to that. And that day, I did the same thing. I went home at the end of that game. No, actually, no, I didn't. I played on for 2 more games, and then there was more cheating going on, and then I left because I realized what was going on. That guy left. I know what you mean, Sal. So when I try to address this through humor, it's like, guys, you don't want to do this. You don't want to be a gorilla. You don't want to sit there and do the revenge retaliation as justified as you are. There's a reason why I asked all 3 of you to tell me what you thought, because it's to reaffirm that my actions were not correct.
Right.
The self-policing I did that on Battalion that day was not to play another game. It was to say, we're done. You know, we're done for the day. We're going to go home. We were planning on playing at least another game, possibly 2. I called it for the actions that went there. You know, so as in perspective, this happened like a day or 2 later. So
Come on, man. Right there on your arm. Yeah. Fucking A, dude. Tracers. Yeah, I hit you. Oh, same rage machines there.
in case you didn't hear, I just got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, I heard it.
What the fuck?
In case you didn't hear, I just got shot in the back of the head again with my hands up and I'm walking away.
So I will say,
Hold on.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I've seen this video. It gets better.
I am out walking back to spawn. What the fuck is your problem?
I called you a fucking pussy, nigga. You calling me? I hit you. You hit me. You didn't hit me. You didn't hit me. Nobody hit me. Nobody.
I'm going this. I'm backing off.
I'm tell you, you didn't hit me, bro.
Yo, man. Ref. Let's pull back the video. That guy shot me on purpose. I was walking away. I'm back. I'm back.
Look, the same shit happened to me.
I'm cool.
Walk it off. Let's go.
I'm
The
cool.
same
I'm
shit
talking
happened
to the
me.
ref.
I'm making enough money.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm the only one I'm speak to me.
All right. So I got traces. I can see you getting hit, right? So I go out, start walking out. As I walk out, the guy locks me up in the back. I turn around, I raise my hand. I'm like, I'm out. Turn around, he fucking does it again. Then he advances off the tower. I'm walking away. I was coming out to get you because that shit wasn't cool. That guy did that loud stuff over here. I was walking off.
Or me if anything once we get up.
So ultimately, the outcome that happened from all that is like when I was walking that way, I was going right out to the exit to go get you. You've been there, Papa. You know exactly where I was going. I was going to go right out through fences, go right out the door to go grab the ref because we had another 5 minutes to play in that particular match. Unfortunately, that's Rage Machine, as Blade Shadow mentioned it. This is the same guy that Snoopy has a video of him shooting this guy in the head 30, 40 times, and then he turns on Snoopy and starts shooting at Snoopy, and then Snoopy full autos him. Snoopy inept tactics. So it's like that was like a couple of days later. You notice my gun didn't go up. I didn't shoot back after being shot when I'm walking away, even though I got pegged in the back of the neck. It's like, well, Rage Machine ultimately is banned permanently from Miami Airsoft, so he's totally done being able to play there. So I did the right thing. I came out, and if you notice all those people that were swarmed right there, that's my entire squad making sure nothing bad happens. So
my only comment to that, and you know it before I probably say it, is I find that, you know, I on the field I tell everyone, you know, don't call anyone else to say it's call your own. You know, police yourself, and integrity is yours, not theirs. If everybody worried about their own integrity, we'd never have to worry about integrity. So not worrying about, like, if you shoot someone and they don't call it, leave it on them. I know it messes up the gameplay. It really does, but you got to leave it on them. If ultimately they're not calling it, get someone else to shoot them, get more people to shoot them. When you're done, go get the ref. Ref, hey, how do we make sure that this guy calls us hits? It's messing up the gameplay. But in the middle of the game, I hit you, dude. Doesn't do has never once done anybody any good. I take it back. 1% of the time, and then I got you in the shoulder. I don't think you saw it. Okay, thanks for telling me. Almost never does that happen, though. When it's two people that both have integrity, and if you know each other, then it works. Other than that, never, ever, ever works. Nothing good comes from it. That's why.
I want to reiterate to a lot of people that are watching that and thinking about the stuff that's going on. This is stuff from last year, a year and a half ago, and I've played a lot of Airsoft since then. And the biggest problem that we have at Miami Airsoft, and I just told you this recently, Papa, your field ruins it, or causes me to be ruined for Miami Airsoft because so many people at Miami Airsoft say no. They call your hit all the time. It's like, and I even turn around, I was like, don't call my hit, man. I'll call my hit. You worry about calling your own hits. So it's there. So now, Christian, going back to you. Remember, I told you I was going to come back to you about Wasteland. What could have been from yesterday? Well, the thing is, I have evolved as a player since last year is my point. You know, it's like at this point, you could ask Preacher because he's one of my teammates. What's the key thing that I say?
Don't let emotions get into your head and don't be doing stupid shit.
Yeah. And then if you're having a problem, come get me and I'll address it. You know, so we tried not to do that. The lack of reffing that happens at MA definitely contributes to some of that mentality because they literally sit outside. Oh, I could pull up the thing, man. That's I think February 27th is when that video was posted. So here's the other one I wanted to bring up to Christian. So if I'm wrong, am I wrong to say that if at Wasteland, if somebody says they are hit, they can't lie about that, right?
Oh. So
I'm privy to so much information. It's
interesting thing you've brought up at a ARP Airsoft event. Let me say this. This is so, Mac, I'm so sorry if you ever watch this, but this as honest and truthful as I can be. All I can tell you is a story. Or actually, so you're about to show me some video. So my answer, since you have a video, this is all situation and what the perspective is. So let her rip, my friend.
All right, so to give people some real some pretty good feedback. If you notice what the name of this is the Final Betrayal. I was given the go ahead to kill everybody.
Yep.
So I did this.
And I know that gun is hitting everybody you're shooting at, by the way.
Yep. With black BBs, I can't see where I'm shooting at.
Wow, what a high quality tool.
That grenade killed a bunch of dead people.
Oh, you horrible person.
I'm waiting for it.
So you saw that one I just shot? It's going to be important in a minute.
Nice throw.
Thank you. 3 dead. So first, you guys are going to agree with me that Mandalorian is dead, right?
Well, yes, but you're getting. I have so much feedback coming from you. It's not even funny.
Feedback coming from me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like it, yeah. By the way, just real quick to address Sal saying some stuff. You're absolutely right, Sal. There should be verbal and visual. Like on the field, you guys all know on my field, it's yell hit, keep yelling hit, and hands up, gun up. Absolutely.
Okay, is this better? Is the feedback gone now?
Nope.
Nope.
Now?
It's not better.
What the fuck? How about now?
Somebody telling me no in the mouth, but
What you were saying earlier, Greg. I have revelations for the as far as for the if someone says, "Hey, I got you," just have that integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I had a situation with a guy at Revelations 9. We were both in the same box, and we decided to just do a quick draw on each other. And I thought I got him, and he got me. I called my hit, and he's like, "We'll just take the double and be done." I'm like, "Okay."
So
Never
very
had that.
seldom does that happen. Yeah, it's nice when that happens. It's nice, you know. I was at Overwatch. I came running out of a building, and I was shooting people, and I was running so fast, and I had my kit on. It was a guy behind the building that shot me, and as I'm running like this, there's a guy right here. He goes, "Hey man, he got you," and I stopped, turned around, and I looked at him, and he goes, he does one of these. And I said, "Where did you shoot me?" And he points to the general area, and I walked back to the area he shot me at, and I sat down.
As it should be.
That's how the exchange should occur, but we can't expect that from people. You can expect it from yourself, but you can't expect that from other people.
I'm at the edge of my seat for this video.
Okay, I know they're talking. I'm sitting there. I'm letting them talk. Is the feedback on now? Is the feedback on now? Is it better?
No, it's all right.
It's manageable. It's okay.
Yeah, it's now manageable. But Greg, I traded with this guy like 4 times during that.
All right.
Great.
You got ears on? You got an ear on you?
No.
You did? Got an ear.
Right there. Yeah, I'm dead. Did
He
you all
said,
hear it?
"I'm dead." Okay.
Yeah, he said I'm dead. Yeah.
Ear on you? An ear cord?
I lied to you. I killed myself. They're right over here on this side. They can fucking shit out of me. I was hoping they would come close. God damn it. There's no reason to shoot me.
You are dead.
No.
Yo, come on, man.
Whoa, wait, pump the brakes. Look in his hand. You see that? The blue bottle with the blue sticker on it.
Yeah, I saw
for it. Right there. That is a self-revive called a stim pack. He was dead, and that bottle looks depleted. What probably happened was he waited for the opportunity for you to ask if he was dead. When you were distracted, he self-medicated and respawned himself back in, and then tried to go for the revive, and you caught him.
Well, he added a revive right there. but he goes around the corner, and I barrel tap him right there.
So when you do this again,
I will be shooting this. Well, there's.
Keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Okay.
So far, he looks like. So far, I'm looking at what I'm hoping is an empty stim pack and a player that just used it after death.
But I then did this and said,
You are dead.
No, keep going. But how does this go
I'm
exchange?
telling you. Come on, man.
the Mando also. So I said, no, you're dead because I'm banging him out right there with my barrel touching his arm. If I pull the trigger, there's a good chance I'm going to cause harm. But the Mando does not have a stim pack in his hand. The Mando has not been rezzed. The Mando has his hands up because I shot him, and he's saying he's out. Yeah. And then I get shot by him, and I got shot twice, which that's like a rules clarification I need. The fact that, he said he was dead, but if you actually hear him.
It actually sounds to me like you were asking him. And so benefit.
Well, right here is where I ask.
Yeah, no, he says he's dead. He comes down the corner. Would you put your barrel on him?
Listen again.
No.
Your card.
I lied to you. I killed myself. They're right over here on this side. They just shot the shit out of me.
I lied to you.
Oh, so he just. Oh, did he just say that?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, what? I lied to you about what? Being dead?
You dead?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Got an ear on you?
No.
Hey, your card.
I lied to you. They're right over here on this side. They just shot the shit out of me. I was hoping they would come close.
Christian, you gotta explain it to me, bud.
Oh man.
So
okay. I can.
What? Sorry, guys.
Greg.
I said sorry.
Go ahead, Christian.
Okay.
Can't control all that.
Perspective from me being in game, the allied with the Sunshine Band. We tried to make it abundantly clear. The firefight, what I'm in the self-doubt of one of the Lucky 38 members, what he was probably doing, he saw in the middle of that was the big firefight in the city, correct?
Oh yeah, that's the one that I started.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so perfect. So this is even better. So in that firefight, our teams don't have definitive designation. You can't just look at someone and go, that's Sunshine Band or that's Lucky 38. Lucky 38 knew that we were constantly throughout the day to be their friends. What I'm assuming happened is the gentleman was down and he was in the middle of the firefight. All he sees is a reflective blue gun aim at him. And this is the entire Mac, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say this from my perspective. In the gray area of a live roleplay, the gentleman was probably role-playing as a dead guy to see if you were friend or foe first. Again, this is a firefight where the 38 and Sunshine and all our affiliates are just trying to finish sweeping the town. He saw you and went, fuck, better just say something. You ask for whatever. By the time he most likely realized that you're one of our group, he then gives you info. He says, oh, I lied. There's guys there around the corner, right? He did say that.
Yeah, and I didn't hear that portion until
in the moment.
I played back the video because I was shooting and focusing.
It's in the moment. So then you didn't hear that. So now you're in your moment. You're in the middle of the firefight. You have the mindset, we're going to sweep and they're going to weep. He's corner with the stim pack to help an ally. You think he cheated, now barrel tap him. If I say from the perspective of people that go to the games, barrel tap isn't a thing. Banging people out is. So even if you tap the barrel, if you didn't say bang bang, he could have interpreted that as you trying to role play, have banter. So he looked confused. He kind of looked at you and he's like, I'm not dead. So he whipped around the corner thinking you were an ally, thinking you heard him give advice on the enemies that were as a faction and as allies fighting against, and now trying to whip around the corner to help another ally. But when you seem to have, what did the Mandalorian guy maybe was in a moment seeing one of what his allies was getting betrayed, wanted to. That's
The problem that comes up with it is in a game like this, it certainly does interfere with gameplay.
absolutely.
So the reason why I said that is because when I read the rule pack, it didn't say you could lie about being dead. So now what does it do for the next time? Now this is where behaviors go into play. It's like, well, next time they get shot regardless at extremely close range with a high-powered gun, which safety reasons shouldn't happen.
Here's my
yeah.
The gentleman that pulled the Mandalorian gentleman behind the Lucky 13, did the intent of him pulling the pistol out on you seem malicious?
Oh, because he shot me. It wasn't just pulling a pistol out.
He did shoot you, but this is a very difficult thing to convey to people. It's
not about malicious. It's a matter about gameplay and about cheating, essentially. Because what it boils down to, the reason why I asked you, and by all means, the only reason I'm counterpointing you right now is it's my job to.
No,
right? Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all positive. Because look, I have no problems with. I think his name's Daniel, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Daniel. I have no real problems with it. The reason why is that in the future, it's definitely going to modify my gameplay when I play in another Wasteland, because now it's going to be I'm going to shoot him twice, so then they have to go respawn. That's simple.
And you know, so if that's how you feel, then this is the game as well. You get what you put into it. So if that's what you have to put into it to have an enjoyable time, then guess what? Absolutely. But I'm hoping you see from my perspective, and I'm not saying I'm inherently correct, but I'm just saying from the years I've played, that's how I would interpret the situation. Because both those gentlemen, especially the gentleman in the hat, heavy role play. They'll do whatever it takes to make it interesting and fun. Mandalorian gentleman, the interactions I had with them did their very best to convey a character. So, and I may be slightly biased, but I genuinely think the intent wasn't malicious. It was a communication, and then a buddy was trying to look out for another buddy in a very intense game-ending firefight.
And when I say this, I don't mean it as, I don't think it was malicious intent. I think, yes, like you said, it was heat of the moment and all that. But I want to show something else, because this was a funny moment here. And I'm going to get to the other two portions that come up in a minute. So,
in the building. You're not shooting. You have nothing coming out. What? You literally have nothing coming out.
I was like,
that was a funny as hell. He's all like, I'm killing everybody. No, I'm not.
Man, he was top of the world till he was told the truth.
All right, so this is the next part. Oh, by the way, so for the epicness of what I did right after that,
use it.
I have a knife and a grenade. That's it. I'm out of ammo at this point. They're all dead.
I think you guys were.
Be careful. We're all on edge. That's all I'll say.
I like how that one meter just let me go by.
Yeah.
I'm already dead.
Are you
How is nobody watching the stairs?
No.
Just said red.
Jet. Jet doesn't count. Jet's immoral.
You can use jet twice.
It's only once. 10 seconds.
Shoot him. It's been 10 seconds.
You're not.
Where's your jet? Show me. Show me your jet.
So 2 things on that. You did hear the guy say, "Kill him. His jet's over with," right?
Yes.
That was
That
the
man-
lovely gentleman that was literally right there behind me, the one I just stabbed. So, you're supposed to say "jet, jet, jet" while the jet's going off, right, Christian?
You were in the right. The only thing, and I think you follow the rules as well as you could in the situation. People kind of expect you to hold shit up, but I think you're in the right. You said jet. You hold
It was right here in my mouth too, by the way.
here. Yeah, I think you used the rule correctly. I'm fairly confident.
Yeah, because I had it literally right there in my mask, in my mouth, to simulate the fact that I had it.
Then there you go. Then yeah, 100%. You follow the rule to the T. There you go.
Yeah. So the question I have then is,
Oh, Mark, you're gonna enjoy Revelations because half these rules.
all right. So I don't see this guy having a plate on his power armor anywhere. Do you?
No.
No.
Okay. So he tries to punch at me, and I stab him, but he forgot. He didn't grab his actual knife, so I was still alive. Right?
Yeah.
But then he says he's got power
You're not
armor.
until you come out.
Can you use jet twice?
It's only once. It's 10 seconds.
Shoot him. It's been 10 seconds.
You're not until you come out.
Now, my only question is that his power armor case thing then? See if I can get a better angle on it. That?
As far as the knife or the pouch right in front?
This
Where
right here.
the cursor is. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be his power armor, his plate.
What do you think,
I
Christian?
have it on my TV right now. Second.
I'm trying to get a better
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah, that has to be his plate. I can see it on my TV. That has to be his plate, and it's just hanging down low.
Now, another rules. You're not sure either, right?
Here's the thing. They were very strict with power armor this year. All power armor had to be pre-approved. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, what this? Most of the power armor I had a conventional side plate. There were some exceptions, and I'm not entirely if that was the hit plate or not. Honestly.
Okay. Now, if a power armor is down, you can melee them and kill them, right? Even without Buffy Boy? Okay. So when he's sitting down in the chair and you saw the other two with dead rags on, well, I stabbed him right away. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I guess I should do it this way. I stabbed this guy when I first walked in the door. And that guy's already got his dead rag out. So that's the only reason why you're the best person to ask about this, because I'm not really going to put these guys on blast. Look, it's heat of the moment. It's the last thing. The guild thought they were safe. They weren't. What would you be your call on it?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
Nah, I don't know why. Wait. I'll sit here quietly and smile for a bit until I can hear you, okay?
Can you hear Papa?
Can you hear me all right? No, not at all.
The staticky interference sounds, Greg, and
I think Christian. I think it's actually Christian that might be, because I was getting a lot of interference while you were speaking. Problem is, I think ultimately it's StreamYard.
Let's try it now. Nope, I still hear it too. Is it you? I don't hear the click, click, click now.
No, I can hear you now. Now it's no longer clicking. I apologize.
Try it again.
Dan.
Hola.
Hello. Bring Greg back.
Greg is going to come back in a minute. He's going to redo it. I don't know where the clicking's coming from.
It just might be weird interference. Manage.
So the question is, with what you saw, was my assessment correct that I played it correctly and all those individuals up there should have been dead? And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna go up there and go aha moment. I'm just asking more for my own edification, so I know in the future. Can you not hear me?
I hear you.
He can't hear me. Why don't you repeat what I just said?
He just wants to know if for future edification, if everything had happened.
I'll leave and come back. Maybe that'll work.
Holy crap! Really? Okay. Maybe we should all just leave. Joker, you're muted. There you go.
Yeah, no, I unmuted myself after I left. Let's try this again.
I hear it again.
Do
Whatever.
you have a pair of headphones, Christian?
Say that again.
I'm laughing.
Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. Jesus.
Okay. The question I had was, for my own edification, do you think I killed everybody up there and I was still alive?
You followed the jet rule correctly. You meleeed downed power armor users. I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna specifically.
I'm not going to hold you to it, obviously, and say "ha ha," but I just want to know for my own knowledge because I thought I did an epic move there.
Here's the thing: I would say you did the right thing, but I'm just gonna bring up the rules and find them. So you keep talking, and I'm gonna find the very specifics on power armor. This year, they were very particular about power armor, to the point where users of power armor had to get pre-approval before the game with photos of them wearing it and proof of pipe plate. To Mac's credit, he did an awesome job with that. But I'm going to look up the very particulars of that because I think you were in the right. So
And that's the one thing that Joker that you're going to love about Rev. There's no power armor. There's no nothing. It's more like how it is for like Division.
Okay.
So you just have
the power armor wasn't that. The power armor really wasn't a problem for me. It really wasn't. Yeah. But I do want to show this because it shows Christian in all his toucan glory.
Toucan.
No, his toucan glory.
I imagine once all this clears out.
I see security members moving to the right. That means the house must be clear.
No, replay that. No, replay that. Replay that.
Dang it!
So I imagine once all this clears out.
I see security members moving to the right. That means the left must be clear. Give me to my car and I'll give you 2 more cash.
I hate it.
No, it's great.
Why do you hate it?
Dude, you played that character beautifully. And the great thing was, hold on, I think there's another instance. Here's where your camera was like angled up into the trees there.
Oh
my
gosh. I want to say
Yeah.
it's because of PR reasons, but hey, look, go coin. Damn, bitch is coming out of the
Con.
Oh, that's great.
Back to affiliation. 38. Perks. Doc and science. You got shit. What do you want for this? Merchants, sing and dance with me. What do I see?
20?
Let me. The under the shelf mix. What do you say? A cold one too, even because it's kind of. I like it's red, right? It can fuel something for a couple years.
Okay.
A bottle of mix with that, you think?
Is that what it is?
I'm saying that's what I'm gonna go for. I can tell you what it is.
By all means.
Yeah, like I said, pre-war, hasn't been touched. Not a single ounce of fuel has been stripped from it. What's all the dirt on the right point of that there candle? You said it's not touched, but it looks awfully filthy if you ask me. Well,
Stupid.
Oh, fuck.
I hate reading. All right, that's a good point. I got this. That's it. I'll give you 1 bottle of my precious glowing Nuka mix for that decade. I'll even put it on the rock. Holy shit.
Point now.
Take on it, buddy. No. For the refrigerator.
I might come to this event just to see you work at this event.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
He did not fire him and Papa both did not fire a shot the entire weekend.
I wasn't even armed. At least Papa had a gun.
Yeah.
I didn't have a gun.
Oh, but wait.
You know, my gun ended up just riding around in a cart with me.
Yeah,
I didn't care. Whatever.
I might just go to this event just to see. Like, that is brilliant.
Oh man, it was so funny because he's going full bore and he only broke character at certain periods of time. He'd go out of character, okay,
Yeah.
like this because he was helping drive the stuff along. Like when the guy got shot with the tagging round.
Oh yeah. I tried. Oh man, you know what happened to make it worse? Exactly happened. Basically, one of our wonderful people, Brandon Wheeling, I love you, Brandon, was unfortunately hit by a tagging round that deviated about 40 feet off of its expected trajectory and hit him in the arm, burned his arm, and then yes, I tried as quickly as possible to resolve the situation between the two parties. Got it resolved, but unfortunately, someone off to the side, they had really good intentions, and I'm not crap talking them at all, called Mac on his cell phone to get admin support, which I then took both parties, Brandon and the gentleman that accidentally hit Brandon, who was very apologetic and very polite, and
He's
after
right there.
it happened, immediately found us, which was the big positive for him. I then took them both to Mac, and we all talked about it, resolved it, and went back to playing, which was very important.
Christian, just now that you mentioned that, and Greg, you can get this question too. What is your feeling on players when they're at a large event like this having their own like med kit in case something, God forbid, happens like this?
I personally, it never hurts to have first aid kit in the car for anything.
Yeah, it certainly depends on the level of treatment, though. You know, someone with minimal training trying to administer some kind of treatment that could do more harm than good, you got to be careful of that.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So Brandon and the gentleman that accidentally hurt Brandon, a registered RN immediately ran and helped us. We had someone that was trained medically to assist us and patching up Brandon, which was a godsend. So that was very important.
Yeah. Now this is not the trash Mac or anything else, but as long as it took to get an admin over, this wasn't the first injury that we had out there. And it just took a while for somebody to respond, especially inside the city. And there didn't seem to be a clear and concise call for a real world emergency. You, Papa, and Christian all, you being Christian, obviously, and myself, all were yelling Mississippi because that's what we're used to at doomsday events.
Yeah.
But people didn't seem to understand what the hell that meant, and people were still firing. Then it's like real world, you know. So on a whole, though, I mean, the event was a blast. We had a great time. So much so you got Papa to come back and commit to more games and all that shit. That's amazing.
Because
as you would say,
different game.
Yeah, that event, it's such, and it's not to talk poorly about the event, but that event truly is a wild way. There's an expectation of role play, and people that go to this, they're not just going because it's something to do. They're going because they really want to be there. So there's a lot of player drive that makes this event happen.
Mm-hmm.
It really shows, even from the injuries to miscommunication to other miscellaneous situations. The player community really, with the best of intentions at this event for the years I've gone, really does try to solve and correct with the best and most positive of intentions at these events. Not to explicitly name an event, but there's a situation where there was an uncomfortable player that stuck with me for one of the events due to another player just having a hard time. And just, the full story isn't what's important to me. It's that two players were not happy with each other, and one of them genuinely just wanted to play. So I invited them to hang with us, and then communicating with the ref post game, the other player was spoken to, and that means a lot. And the event continued on, even though there was an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, and in this particular event, what I will say is that the only real negatives I saw were just those couple of little rules clarifications, but the BBs were the biggest problem. And I think you talked
so
about that.
That's the problem.
He has such a problem with the BBs.
That's so good to hear. That's music. This event, when it comes down to it, can be an utter delight, a treat, or a complete and utter nightmare or waste of time. And the fact that the only thing you keep explicitly complaining about is the BBs is actually magic. That's so wonderful that that's the problem. And I get it. Like, that sucks. But that ammo situation fixed so much cheating from previous years.
I get it.
Yeah.
I hope that Matt goes with Red Tracer BBs next. Seriously, if he goes with Red Tracer BBs, most people are not going to buy Red Tracer BBs because they are more expensive and nobody's ever going to use them. Because at least you can see them clear better than the fucking black. And the fact is that when you have people using power armor and super mutants, the other thing I would say is that power armor and super mutants, you should be able to take them out with a shot to the head. Because what I will say, what you can't see, I could probably pull it up in that video, but you can't see clearly, is how many of those people with power armor kneel down below the cover, keeping their plate covered. And then they're just laying down suppressing fire with no real way of taking them out unless somebody throws a really long grenade shot.
Let me comment on that, and then I'm gonna actually, because I hardly ever complain. Apparently, I will give a criticism of the event. my only real problem, and Greg was an eyewitness to this testimony I had near the end of the day for my one criticism. But with the Super Mutants and how they played for the game, if I may, the Super Mutants, the intent of the Super Mutants is to kind of be like a task force rogue, a TFR. They're just trying to spice up who settled where in the game. That's all they're trying to do. And really, they don't have a direct admin leash on them. It's kind of up to their discretion to just shake things up. I think they did a really good job, and I know what you're talking about with the play. I do. How they're trying to shield themselves.
That wasn't the Super Mutants, by the way, that did that. That was members of the guild.
Oh, perfect. Then I'm glad I'm talking about the Super Mutants then. Because the Super Mutants this year, if any of them see this, goddamn, as I told you in person at the end of the game, you guys did such a good job ruining everything for everybody. So they did a beautiful job this year. Again, they're just a TFR, and they're just supposed to wreck and ruin. I mean, for heaven's sakes, at the beginning of the day, they attacked the town, and I had to throw cabs at people, be like, protect me, you know? Like, they did a superb job. The Super Mutants. Yes.
So the only problem I had with the Super Mutants is that they were using white BBs.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a massive disadvantage to the player base. And what I mean by massive, I mean there was no recourse that we could do on it. I think in future, if he plans on sticking with black, he needs to get the higher weight BBs for people whose guns only run higher weight BBs. He needs to give us extra BBs to sight our guns in with, because having 200 rounds, it literally took me 30 rounds before I had my BBs going somewhat in the direction I was expecting them to go into. And it was evident at the Super Mutant fight at the beginning that we got into. I was like, I think Greg heard me say it. I can't fucking see. I can't shoot shit right now because my BBs were going like that. They were also not a high quality BB. So when I was seeing my BBs, were going like this and then like that. It's like, what the fuck? And then going up against people with power armor and with all that without having any sort of ammo that we can really counter with, it off-balanced the game at the beginning of the day until we can get things working in our favor. Does that make sense?
I completely understand what you're saying. I just, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but giving the Super Mutants that edge, again, allowing them to be a TFR that just absolutely ruin everything and make sure no one's too stable, I think it's in my books, it's fine. But what you're saying from gameplay, meta gameplay, mechanic wise, completely understandable, 100%.
Yeah, because for when it comes down to it, it's like with the power armor being in play right at the start of the game, anybody that was not in power armor or not a super mutant was at an extremely severe disadvantage. Unless you're a Buffy boy and you had your thing to take them out, you're at a severe disadvantage. But even still, I don't think super mutants should have LMGs either. That's just with all the power that they have, having white BBs, having power armor rules essentially, and a fucking LMG. Maybe you could unlock that after the Paladin fight.
Load them up.
With what? With what?
I understand.
Or if 2 grenades kills them, that would be a better thing too. Because that was another thing that was a little bit. And again, this is metagaming. I understand that they're supposed to be strong, but if somebody just wastes $20 to take out a mutant, and the only thing it does is it knocks them down for 30 seconds, that's problematic, in my opinion.
Think of it like this. Our faction, after the total head count at the end of the event, including the people I paid to be with us, and not just the allies, but just strictly people saying, I am Sunshine Band, my faction, we were just barely under 50 people. The Super Mutants, at the height of the day, I think we're at 11 people. Even as a quasi-invincible LMG-toting TFR, they're not going to do anything to us, really, if we decide to ruin them. So giving them, especially at an event especially at an event so nuanced like this one, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I understand what you're saying from a meta gameplay perspective. Myself, liking events, especially role play that have making sure players aren't comfortable in one spot, giving many advantages to an admin controlled group that their only objective is to again shake things up. I almost have no problems with how they acted this year. As a matter of fact, I think they were almost on their best behavior this year.
The only reason why I say it is it's look, was it? Well, there was one instance where I got mad.
Right.
And where I got mad is when I'm hit and my arm got lit up. And by the LMG. And it's actually, hold on.
Glorious, glorious cart.
Glorious, glorious. Joker, I might be grabbing me an Avalon here very soon.
Lucky.
Well, no, so I have a Discord that I go to, and I look up people who are selling their stuff. They're selling an Avalon for $300.
Oh, hey, no reason. Send me that link. No, I'm kidding.
So if you see right here, I'm holding my arm up that way.
Gladly.
I don't know if let me see if I can do it this way. Can you see how I'm holding my arm at that awkward angle and I'm holding my side?
Yeah.
I was not a happy camper with that LMG hit. Because I got shot like 30 times in the span of like a second, all on that side. And I'm like, I was already hit and I was going for my dead rag. And that super mutant just sprayed the shit out of me. And I'm pretty sure it was that one right there because it was at close range too. Because didn't the LMGs have also a range on them of like 50 feet?
I think they.
Hey, what's up, Yordi?
Hey!
Wait, Yordi's here?
He's in chat. And he's just saying a bunch of weird ass things right now. And I still have the jet in my hand because evidently I was on my back. So I'm just going to claim this for next year.
Yeah. I present to the council at hand my criticism of this.
Sure.
My one.
Oh Lord.
The only thing worth mentioning, in my opinion. Dearest Mac, beloved, enjoyed. What was the point of the story if it didn't interact with the quest lines? That's all. The end. There was an immaculate story that whoever wrote it. I'm sorry. So,
There was a story.
yeah. So,
I was unaware of it.
No, right? You know what the story was? My story was I had to protect that little man right there.
Yeah.
And
So, and I'm gonna get crucified by the other faction leads because they've been having Zoom meetings. I just haven't been able to catch any. So they probably address this because I have a lot of faith in them and they're all very reasonable. But the story for the event was awesome. How not to speak Spanish for a moment, but basically last year the city was completely infested with radiation because of I'm not gonna say that out loud because I don't want to get in trouble. But super mutants own the town. The last year, there was an objective to get the Gek, garden. What is it? Basically,
creation.
just like a kit to clear out all the radiation. God, I'm so sorry about the lore. Basically, a way to clear all the radiation out and push all the mutants out. One faction did it. They cleared all the radiation out, but there was a disease left in the town. It was infecting people and it was hurting people. And at the end of the story, it very ambiguously says, looking for a cure. Find a cure. Some people get it. Some people die from it. It's very bad. We must cure it. That was the overall story of the event. I was looking for ways to utilize FEV or find medicine. Specifically, I was looking for medicines to make this happen. There was not on my end, and I was not the only one in our faction trying to figure this out. We had other merchants trying to figure this out. We had allies. Some allies kind of tried to figure it out, but not really. There was nothing that I found, and again, faction leaders, I'm so sorry if you already addressed this. I never got a quest line that directly worked in sync with this, which was kind of disappointing. I was really stoked for it because, again, I thought the story was good. I just never had, and I know Mac is doing a million things at once. I just never directly had, hey, remember that story you read? Here we go. Complete this, point A, point B. Primary antagonist is defeated. You win the participation award. I feel like I never got that. That's really my only criticism for the event, which overall, this was one of the better ones I've been to. It was excellent. Just the marvelous story I read, and I hyped myself up for nothing. So,
but didn't we get all of our quest objectives and everything?
Oh, for the Sunshine Band? Oh, yeah. We did everything I had planned. And no one found our relic, which was hilarious because it was in plain sight this year. And I'm not saying what it is out loud because if you fuckers watch this, you'll be crazy. So anyways.
I'm not going to say what it is either. And I know what it is.
Good.
So,
Greg.
No, it was...
No, I'm kidding.
So
I was relic, actually, which is ironic.
So I don't know if you caught this earlier, but this was like my point of when... like my whole job of everything that goes on.
Look at John. Look at how good John looks. John Logan, you're the man.
He absolutely bought into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, no.
No, I heard was Kristen complimenting somebody.
I gave the order to go north. He goes west, right?
Oh, this went. Nobody can hear it, by the way.
You can't hear it?
Nope.
Oh, let's share the screen. Okay, let's try this again.
I'm starting to think that that's where all the feedback's coming from, is you.
Yeah, I also blame Mark.
All right. Don't even bother shooting at him, though, Joker.
Oh,
stop him.
Dreadful.
Okay.
Is it the feedbacks? All right. Hold on a second.
Giving Black Marsh Brotherhood a direct instruction and they do the hyper opposite. I wouldn't have expected anything different. God bless them. They always do it the right way. Oh, quick, Mark's not here. Talk about roleplay stuff you want to understand. Character development. Acting. Oh, hey, Mark.
I find it harder to do character development for an RP session like Wasteland.
Me? Character development?
The funniest part is there's audio interference again, and I can't hear you.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pick this up some other time. It's terrible.
It is. It's awful, but it's really funny at this moment.
I think it's better. Hold on, Mark.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It was just your microphone.
You know what? Never mind.
Do it. Do it.
So when it was just me and him before, he was trying to mute himself, and I think it's because you had both mics going at one point, wasn't it?
No, because it only goes with one mic.
And it's back on. Oh, for fuck's sakes. But Christian, I find it harder to do like a character development for something like Wasteland than it is for something like Revelations, where Revelations style of gameplay, whereas
Echo. Oh, shame. Sorry, preacher. I genuinely do want to hear what you have to say. I'm all for role play. I apologize. Mark is trying to ruin this for you, and
oh, it's all good. I'll get him back later on.
I was joking. I promise.
I find it harder for something that has like a Fallout background to it, like Wasteland does. From what I'm.
How's this? Nope.
It's all right, but it's for me. I like the Division style, where it's still that post-apocalyptic central kind of idea, but I have more fun trying to roll with that than trying to go, oh, I need to go do something for Fallout, which I do have interest in. It's very hard for my brain to expect.
I hear you.
I think it's easier for some people to do Division more so than Fallout, where there's like 99,000 different possibilities, whereas Division there's like 20.
So and the too many choices leads to no choices for most people. If you have too many options, there isn't an option. There's too many to pick, so you can't pick one. The wonderful thing about the Fallout universe that its substrate does exactly what you just said. Limitless possibilities. Create the game. Leave so many doors open for almost anything that people need linear instruction. There are kind of people that just need a linear instruction on how to act and be. That's why games like Skyrim and Fallout aren't for everyone. Because those games make your fun. You make your adventure. You make your character. With The Division, cool guy with guns. You've played Call of Duty. You've played Battlefield. You have a lot of quote unquote first person shooter character development. That's pretty easy. Anybody can get into that. And if you don't have a full voice and if you don't have the slogans, you just speak by shooting people. It's very adaptable for most people. So I understand what you're saying. I would say that taking in what you like about the Division and utilizing the substrate that is the Fallout, there is definitely a place for a character like a Division character in the Fallout universe. There really is. That hopefully in itself narrows it down, but not by much, because Fallout, again, it's so massive. You're presented with choices. You might say there are no choices again, because I can do Division-esque characters in the Fallout universe, but that's like 50 different characters. So
exactly,
yeah. Christian got to see this from me is I have zero knowledge of Fallout.
Yeah.
Zero. Like my son has one of them. He constantly tries to talk to me about it. He shows me. He's like, check this out, Dad. And he's like, little guy walking around, and then I'm like, what are you showing me, dude? This is nothing for me. I got not. Can you fight? I don't know. Are we driving something? No, got nothing.
Great.
So I know nothing about any of it. And all
so
of a sudden,
let me ask you a question, guys.
having to have a background and a lore and all that stuff. That's why it took me the first half an hour at least. They're like, talk to the guy, and I'm like, hey, you, get your damn hands off of her. Like I don't know what I'm doing. So it took me a little bit to get into it because I had no idea where to go with the backstory.
Greg, your Eureka moment. I was there for it, and it was amazing. Where all the gears clicked. I walk away, but there was another moment where you were in that area of, God, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
Somebody came up to you and was just like, burp, I have a blah, 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 and it's a burbader. And Greg's like, a what? And, so I swoop in and go, you got one of them fancy schmancy blah, blah, blah. And
it was the Pip Boy.
Isaac explained it away.
That was awesome.
Whisk away and Greg finished the deal.
The tape. Yes. That was awesome. I had no idea where to go with it. The guy's like, what do you got there? And I'm like, you tell me. And he's like, it looks like a tape. And I'm like, sure. And he's like, what's on it? I'm like, you tell me. I just kept telling him, you tell me. He's like, oh, it looks like it's got
yeah.
You're right. I just had to go with it.
Part of
completely lost.
Dick is whenever people give me a note or something, I go, a bunch of $5 words, and I throw to somebody and go, read this for me. And so it could be a blank piece of paper, but then the other person's on the spot, and I give them the and they'll come up with something, just something. That's leaving a silly option like that to where I can't read at someone else's job forces other people, even if they, and again, know nothing about the Fallout universe, some of the best players at this event don't even know how to spell the damn word. It's hilarious. So, yeah. Greg, you were marvelous.
Only
so you guys can hear me fine now, right?
Only with your support. What's that?
Yeah, you guys can hear me fine now.
Yeah.
Well, I still hear feedback. But not nearly.
It's manageable.
It's the feedback's got to be on somebody else.
I'll mute myself.
I don't think it's a muting thing. I don't think it's an actual audio. I think there's a connectivity issue.
I
don't know.
It's got to be something inside of StreamYard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast.
Mark.
Yes.
Do you have the footage where I was pretending to be mad at you?
There's
what part of the day was that?
There was so we were getting settled in the town at a rest stop, and people kind of got the clue, like, oh yeah, Sunshine Band. If I need something done, I'll go talk to the merchants. And so Mark, by accident, to your credit, Sunshine Band faction members, we were pretty loose. Not all of us had matching uniforms. Basically, no one had matching uniforms. So Mark, you like indiscriminately shot some guys you thought were, yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I came up to you and I'm just like, you're embarrassing me.
Let me do this. Because we're having a problem with StreamYard, let me cancel this one out. Restart it. And no, hold on.
Restart it. It's been on for 3 hours.
Yeah, you're gonna ruin the fun.
Well, I can restart it immediately. Let me just restart one that doesn't have these issues so I can pull the stuff up and hopefully it clears out the thing. It'll take me literally 2 seconds to do.
All in favor of this quarry, say aye.
2 seconds.
Okay.
All right, guys. Because of the technical issues, we're going to go ahead and restart this stream. Give us literally about 60 seconds to get up and running again. I'll send everybody their invites and all that, and we'll be going back through. The great thing is that we're going to get all these people back again because it's going to be a new thing that we're doing round 2. So, and this will be talking cool stuff. So, all right, I'll be right back.
I miss you.